Okay. Hi, everyone. Sorry for being late. I have a little demon here on my lap, and she did not leave me alone. Yeah, I'm talking about you. You never sit on my lap. Why are you on my lap today? Normally you sit next to my computer. But like, just as I want to start stream, you're suddenly being just incredibly clingy and annoying. But it's okay. You know what? Have another snack. Yeah. I'm a nice owner. I give you snacks sometimes. Does that mean you're gonna be quiet now? You're gonna be a good little cat? Good little demon child? Hmm? You saw where I put the snacks, didn't you? I have to hide them again. Don't just look at me. Okay. Anyway, hi guys! Hi everyone! How's everyone doing? Why am I like not in the middle? Where's the middle here? What the hell? Wait, let me do it like this. Why is like the nested VTuber not centered? Oh, now we're centered. Okay, this is better. This is better. There we go. This is good. This is good. I'd love to watch, but I can't. That's okay. I've not been streaming for like over a week, so we're gonna just be chilling today. Little bit of yapping, little bit of other stuff. Hi Jonah. Hi Ingo. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I didn't do my vocal warm-ups either. God, I probably sound so boring. I probably sound like the worst. What the fuck is this? What is Twitch saying here? Set up vertical stream. Broadcasting in 1080p. Yeah, well, that's what I want, isn't it? Okay, apparently Twitch got some new features. Don't, Muli. No, you cannot just have snacks just because you know where they are. Why are you rubbing yourself on my microphone? Go lie down on your blanket. Okay. I'm never gonna get started. How do I become a Pokemon? Well, you can type ! commands and that should show you all of the commands, and one of them is ! extension. And that should give you an extension that you can use to spend all the points you probably already have to turn yourself into a Pokemon. I turned myself into a Pokemon, Rick. Wait, no, it's what's the other guy? Morty? Morty's the other guy. Morty, can I please stream? I can't have both of my hands just petting you all the... Okay. No, I do have to. I have to. Oh, I didn't actually... Oh, Paybot is still working. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. Paybot is not on strike today. I didn't log in with Paybot, so I actually wasn't sure. But how's everyone doing? How's everyone holding up? How's everyone holding by as I, on the side, get Paybot logged in and no one notices that that's what I'm doing because I'm being so subtle about it. And it's so professional of me to do it. Okay, there we go. Paybot's logged in. I'm so professional. I'm so good at this whole YouTube thing. But yeah, sorry about the absence of streams, guys. I don't really have an excuse. I want to say like, oh, I'm burnt out, or like, oh, I was lazy, but I don't know, like I just didn't really have like a stream thing that I cared about, you know? I feel like with streaming, because it's a hobby for me, I want to feel like it is a fun thing to do, you know? And if I don't have like a game where I'm like super hyped to play it on stream, I don't know, like I just kind of don't want to play it that much. And also right now, I feel like there's a bit of a lull because my wife, Lovely, I love her, she's so great. She did not get to finish the model in time as she thought she could, and then a bunch of other stuff came up, so she has not really been able to work on it this month almost at all. So, no, you did not find the snacks. God damn it, she figured out that they're in my pocket. Gotta put them somewhere else. No, you can't have more snacks. I have to give them to you slowly or you'll get even more... No. You'll get even more fat. I'll put the snacks in my neck. And then, yeah. And then you won't be able to see them. But yeah, the model hasn't made any like big progress in a while, sadly. It is still pretty close to done, so I don't think it should take super long, but it just kind of depends. You know, my wife works best when she just like has a day to just lock in for multiple hours and forgets to drink and eat and sleep and to stretch and all of that stuff. She's very ADHD in that sense. Even I don't have like as much of a requirement to just log in and forget all my vital functions for a day in order to get like big stuff done. But yeah, so I've just not really been wanting to stream that much because I feel like all the cool ideas I have, I almost want to keep for my new model. But yeah, I don't know. I also haven't been working that much on shorts. I've just not really been doing that much. I've been honestly like a little bit bored. I've been wanting to like start a new like big project, but I like nothing's really been speaking to me. With one exception, I might start learning to draw again. I know I had like a month last year where I was doing a lot of drawing. And as a teenager, I had like, I think 3 months where I did like, where I followed along on Drawbox and all that stuff. My wife, because I talked about it, I've been having the urge to learn to draw again. And my wife brought me like an art book that she has. And like, I don't know, maybe I'll try to set up like a camera or something on my desk. And then like we follow along with the art book or something. That could maybe be like a fun stream thing. Because like, I don't mind showing my extremely shitty drawings on stream. And I don't know, maybe it gives like a somewhat realistic, like thing for other people to follow along and learn to draw. I don't know, because I really do wish I could draw. There's so often like things that I wish I could just doodle just randomly, and I just don't have the skill for it. And I don't know. I think it could be quite a good fun skill to work towards. I mean, it also doesn't help that I feel like I'm not going to really be able to stream much starting soon because, I mean, I've talked about it in September. I start an apprenticeship as a lab assistant, which is going to be full-time and likely also working on the weekends a lot of the time. Going to be quite tough. But I think it's going to be like a good job to have. You know, it's a job that can be good for the world. And I am just going to assume that because it's going to also require like studying and stuff, that streaming is going to be like a quintessentiary priority. Like it's not going to be high up there. My streams are going to plummet then because I am still taking care of the house. Like I'm still going to be the one like cleaning and doing chores and laundry and all that stuff because my wife is just not great at it. She just, you know, she's on the autistic side. She's bad with those kinds of habits and I'm pretty good with them. And you know, she's also still going to be working because I'm not going to be making that much money in an apprenticeship. Like, I'm going to make decent money for an apprenticeship, but not enough for her to, like, be able to stop working. So, you know, it's going to be a bit tough. But I think it's still, like, a good step to take. And I hope I won't have to stop streaming entirely. I'm hoping that, like, maybe on the weekends or, like, just every now and again, I'll be able to pop a quick stream, have some fun with my community, you know, that kind of thing. And we can go from there. I didn't really prepare anything today, by the way. I just wanted to hop on and yap and like talk about stuff because, like I said, I haven't been streaming, and I do want to make sure that I stream occasionally. But one thing that has been going on in the Discord, which is very cool, very awesome, very nice, very cool. If you aren't in my Discord, !Discord, and you can get the link for it because I removed the link from my description stuff so that we wouldn't have any more bots joining because I would very often have bots joining my Discord and it was quite annoying. So I said like if I just make it like a command thing, like it won't just be like a thing where people can just like rifle through my descriptions. I haven't made the effort of like deleting all the links from my old descriptions, but like maybe I could like make those links like expire? Is that a thing? Can you make Discord links not work anymore? Because I think I selected an option to make it not expire, but I don't know if that's like a thing I can change in hindsight. I don't know. I'd have to check. Muli, you can't have all my attention. I'm streaming. I'm doing stream stuff. I'm VTubing. You don't care. Okay, she's clingy today. Also join my Discord if you want pictures of my cat. But let's get to the other thing in the title that's there, which is the yapping about the draft league. So I had a draft league like a while ago, like at this point, a year ago probably. I think almost exactly like a year ago, or like a little bit less than a year, which was my first ever draft league. It was very fun. I had a lot of fun in that draft league. It was very enjoyable, very cool, like way to play Pokemon. If you don't know what draft league is, I can actually just pull up. Let me just pull up the sheet. Let me get. There we go. Twin Needle Draft. Yeah. And then, oh boy, that's cut off for some reason. Let me make that a bit smaller. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. And then we put myself a little bit off to the side here. There we go. It's like we're back in streaming video games. This is the draft sheet for my new draft league. And like I said, if you don't know what draft league is, you start out with a number of points. In our case, we had 115. And you pick Pokemon in order, like you make an order for all the players, and you pick Pokemon from this list. And they each cost an amount of points. You can see up here, they each cost an amount of points. And obviously, the cheaper they are, typically the worse the Pokemon gets. So all the really, really good ones are worth a lot. But you can't spend all of your points on big cost guys. You have to buy some of the middle and low cost guys, because otherwise you won't have enough Pokemon, because you need a minimum of, in our case, 9 Pokemon. But in the last draft league, I think the minimum was 8? I'm not quite sure. I don't think I remember. But yeah, it's a really cool way to play Pokemon, because obviously, besides like megas, there aren't any duplicates. So everyone has like a very unique feeling team. You build out your strategies in an interesting way. It especially here, where we're playing low power format, because last time we just did like NatDex OU format. To me, it's like a new kind of environment, and it does change a lot for the fact that, like, because Pokemon are unique, like not everyone can have the same Pokemon. That really changes a lot about the meta. So like, good example here would be like Tornadus Therian, or sorry, Landorus Therian. Very common Pokemon in OU for a while, and the meta often in the past has like warped around it. But if you could only have one of them, that would also make Pokemon that can counter Landorus T worse, because then their purpose is gone, right? So there's a lot of stuff like that where the format, like, it's different than what you would assume it to be. Yeah, it's a cool way to play. I really like it. And like I said, Jesus, Mooli. Do I really gotta keep both hands petting you for this whole fucking stream? Are you gonna bump me with your nose in a really cute way? She is quite cute. Yeah, so last year I hosted a draft league. It was very fun, but it was my first one. And it was mostly hosted by me and my friend Knight. There was a lot of like hiccups with that one, you know, like matches didn't get played in time. I wasn't really sure of how to rule certain things, because I just didn't really know how to run a thing like that, even if it was just in my little private Discord. And this time, like, I've been wanting to host another one since then for a while, but never really had the energy to look into it and what kind of format and whatever. But then Jonah, who is here today, I think, he was in the chat earlier, suggested to help. And by help, I guess he meant that he would basically handle it for me, which is very nice, because like things like finding these like format sheets, like the Google Docs, and the just knowing about the formats, knowing how to best handle the rules and like the etiquette of picking the Pokemon, like all of that stuff, I feel like it requires a certain amount of experience, and I don't have that experience and he does. So he's been handling a lot of the planning side, and I've been handling, and am going to handle like the, you know, the announcements, the weekly roundups, like the front facing stuff, I guess. Also, kind of a different selection of players this time, which is cool. We don't have all the exact same people, but we have like mostly the same people, so it's still very interesting. Actually, I think with the exception of one, it's actually the exact same. Never mind. Yeah, it's actually the exact same group with one guy being changed. What do you want now, Mooli? Where are you going? The snacks aren't there anymore. I moved them. Please don't step on my keyboard. Can you just lie down on your blanket? It's comfy, I promise. No, okay. Do you have to stand in front of... Okay. Ow! Okay, that was a very cute stretch, but also you did just claw right into my shoulder. Do I have to trim your claws again? No. You don't get any more snacks. I'm just moving them out of my neck because it's uncomfortable. No. Dude, you clawed right into my shoulder skin. I gotta trim your claws. They've gotten too sharp again. Yeah. Stop yap. It's my yap stream, not yours. Okay, I'm gonna just let her be down there and be annoyed. But yeah. Big thanks to Jonah for helping host this, because I don't think I could have found like all of this stuff myself, and also a lot of balance changes were made for this sheet that we had to handle by ourselves. It's cool. I'm happy with it. I'm very happy that I get to league my draft again. I like that. I like doing that. I guess let's just go over who all the players are. Big truck going outside. Okay, we do be trucking. Actually, what do I want to go over first? I guess the format, like I said, it's low power, so you can see the 20 pointers here. If I zoom in a little bit, maybe. Actually, I don't need to zoom in. You guys, it's gonna be fine. I trust you guys to be able to see the screen. Like, strongest Pokemon here is probably Nihilego, which was, by the way, added in hindsight, essentially for me. Jonah was like, I can add Nihilego, and I was like, is that not too strong? And he was like, nah, I can add it. It's gonna be 20 points, though. So, strong. That's like the top of the power level here. But still, like, a lot of strong Pokemon around. Obviously, like, no power construct on Zygarde. Makes sense. Milotic with Calm Mind is apparently fucking amazing, because we do allow moves from ZA and Champions here, and Legends Arceus as well, which actually it led to us having to ban a move on Mesprit, because I realized, like, oh, this thing gets Recover, which makes it kind of broken if it gets Recover. So that had to be banned as well. But yeah, like, there's still some, like, cool Pokemon around. You know what? Let's just go into the teams. I'm just going to show off my team first. I will say, though, we had something this time around called a grace period for, like, for essentially, like, the rest of the week after the drafting was over, like, actually picking your Pokemon. And the grace period allows you to make as many trades as you want with other players and with the board. So you can basically change your entire team. In hindsight, I don't think I'm that big of a fan of it, because I feel like a lot of players either didn't engage with the grace period at all. So, like, Azure, I think, had like one Mon change or something. I don't think Bedtime touched the grace period at all. But, like, I changed basically my entire team, save for 2 guys. I don't think Jonah touched it at all. Wiggler literally changed his whole team. And, like, it's cool, right? Like, it means that you as a player, if you're, like, less experienced, you can make up for mistakes that you might have made during the drafting phase. But I also feel like it makes the drafting phase, like, a little bit less impactful. Like, if I'd known that the grace period worked out the way it did, I would have probably just gotten, like, all of the strongest Pokemon I could just to take them out of the pool. And then afterwards, like, just taken whatever I wanted with, like, the most options available. I don't know. I still think it's good. I kind of just wish, like, maybe we should limit it to, like, one set of trades for the next draft, but that's like small stuff. Sorry, I got a bit of hiccups. Mooly, don't scream at the door. You know what? I have to spray you if you scream at the door. Yeah, I didn't think so. She has a habit of going to the front door to scream at it very loudly and try to open it, even though she's not allowed out there. And she doesn't get that, so I have to be a little bit mean to her about it. Yeah, what Why do you always sound like you're dying when I'm petting you? Like you're coming here for pets and then you scream as if you're having like an aneurysm. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hi Marty, whose team has the most drip? The most drip? I'd say it's a toss-up between Grimmy and Azure. I think their teams have the most, like... Actually, if we're saying drip, like, cool, like someone's, like, drippy, like, they look cool, I think it goes to Azure. He's got Houndoom, he's got Sceptile, Masquerain, he's got Zoroark and Hatterene. I feel like these are all very drippy Pokemon. I feel like it goes to him. But yeah. The wonderful Jonah, who, like I said, has been helping me, also prepared the power rankings. Hey, can you not? I'm trying to stream. Can you? Why are you like this? You don't know? You just like yelling? You could literally come up here and like cuddle and like be on the blanket that I specifically put on the table for... Don't interrupt me, young lady. Okay, I'm just gonna let her scream. I'm just gonna fucking let her yell. Whatever. Cool, so I'm at the bottom for drip? I don't know. I mean... Your team has some drip. You've got Mabostiff, Magmortar, Flygon, Banette. I feel like these are kind of drippy Pokemon. I feel even Alcremie could be described as being drippy. Like, you're not dripless. Why? Why just when I start? You were so calm all day today. And like now you're being a little banshee demon child. Just go lie down. Maybe? No. She's looking for something. Maybe the snacks. Don't go yell at the door. Don't do it. No. Don't do it. You know what happens. Okay, lie in the hallway then. Act unloved if you want to be. You know that I love you, but if you want to act unloved, that's not my problem. Quiet. Not that kind of meow. We don't like that kind of meow. I'll never get to the Pokemon today. So, cat pic. I can send a cat pic now, but you have to be in my Discord. I mean, I've already... Muli. Don't side-eye me like that. You are sassy today. Holy shit. I'll send a cat pic after stream. Why not? But Jonah prepared some power rankings. Now that the grace period is over, we can rank everyone's team by power. So let's have a quick look at Wiggler's team, and I'll pop it over here in my little draft sheet. Why did that not copy? Copy. Paste. What the fuck? Trying to connect. Oh. It's not letting me connect to my own... Oh, fuck. Did my Wi-Fi die? Oh, you're just using mine? Yeah. What is happening here? What the fuck? Okay, how about it? Maybe this one works. I don't know. Oh god, my phone is covering the thing. Oh goodness. Okay. Are you gonna work? Okay, okay. This is gonna work. This one decides to work. Wonderful. Great. I don't know why this one is just... We'll just put that one over there. 1 second. Quiet. Quiet. Gotta stop her from yelling at the door. It's not good. She's gonna get us evicted. She keeps doing that. Pay learning how to deal with brats. I have owned a cat before, but it was not a cat. Dude, this cat is demonic. I love her though. She's great. Maybe I don't love her that much. You hear that, Mooley? I might not love you that much. Yeah, so stop yelling. It's okay, she's gonna come back over here eventually and demand cuddles. Anyway, Wiggler's team. Wiggler initially drafted a mono-normal team. Initially. Which was very funny to look at. But obviously came with some big weaknesses because Azure had snagged Hisui and Zoroark. So a mono-normal team, already like a problem if you're playing draft, because it doesn't really come with good resistances, doesn't really come with good offensive anything. And if you don't have the one fighting immune Pokemon, that's not gonna fly. And then he was like, I think what he asked me was like, I think he asked me if like some Pokemon was a bug, or he was like, what if I do mono bugs? And I was like, well, bug is a kind of a terrible type. And then I was like, well, are we counting like all? I mean, you've seen me play Project Buggin. Like, are we counting mollusks and stuff? And apparently we are. So immediately, like, the Hisui and Gudra pickup, incredible. Because in this format, fun fact, you really, really want a steel type, like a good steel type. That's kind of like an important part of everyone's draft team. Not everyone has one, sadly. But you kind of do want that. And it's still mono bug. So according to Jonah's power ranking, this is in fact 10th in the power ranking. Because the positives are bugs. We like bugs. Bonus points for bugs. However, bugs. And yeah, removal is an issue because if we're going to go over here, have a look at the... Can you... Okay. Alright. If we go over here, have a look at the type chart... You little gremlin, I would like to stream. I literally made sure before stream, you have food, you have water, you have cat litter, you have gotten cuddles. You're just being difficult for no reason. She got very used to me to having all my attention because I haven't been streaming for like a week. So she got used to me just being at her beck and meow. Anyway, oh yeah, this sheet doesn't show the Dark Steel Fairy resistances, sadly. But it has like the proper updated moveset, so that's good. But yeah, we got a bit of a rock weakness going on here. We got 2 Pokemon that are resistant to Stealth Rocks. 3 that are neutral, and then 4 that are weak to it. That's not great numbers. Mostly because of this thing over here. There is no Defogger, and there is 1 Rapid Spinner. So Armaldo has to come to every fight. Like, realistically, Armaldo has to come to literally every fight. And if it doesn't, and even if it does, to be honest, this whole team has to be dripped the fuck out in the fanciest boots that you can heavy. The most heavy duty of boots on basically every Pokemon here, because I get 1 layer of Stealth Rocks up and this team crumbles. If I get them up once, because like this Armaldo is not gonna have a lot of success spinning, because it doesn't even, it is literally weak to rock. Like this thing's gonna take like a chunky 25%. So it also needs boots, and then it needs to switch in, and like it's slow and it's exploitable. You know, it's not exactly great. Yeah. But like it is a cool idea. I do wish he had kept Fortress on this, to be honest. Just for like another Rapid Spinner, another, because like right now he's got like Volt Switch and then 2 U-turners, and that's it. I guess maybe Baton Pass. We don't have Baton Pass, but only like raw Baton Pass, no stats. I don't know, like I also just feel like this team doesn't have like a closer. I guess maybe Scolipede. It is allowed to use Speed Boost, so like maybe like Swords Dance, Speed Boost, Scolipede. It's also an issue that like people like steel types kind of fuck this team over. The only real counters are Center Scourge and Slitherwing, and like they aren't impossible to deal with. Like I don't know. We're watching the stream now since I only in now, but I swapped a bunch of guys out. What the hell? Oh, right. You did. Hi, bedtime. Hello. But yeah, it is a cool team. I'm excited to see what he does with it. But I'm not confident in the power level of it. I do agree with Joan here, but I also agree that Hisui and Gudra, I do like it. I'm surprised no one else picked it. It's very powerful. You know, it has 3 frankly incredible abilities. I mean, Shellammer is more incredible in Nuzlocke, but like Sap Zipper, grass immunity is very nice, even though Bro does not need it. And Gooey, you know, it's some speed control. And, you know, Shellammer for preventing crits means this can like infinitely set up and be completely not at risk. Unless you have like Unaware or like Sacred Sword. Also like incredible special bulk, obviously. This thing is like, yeah, 150 special bulk. 100 physical bulk is also not terrible. I don't like the speed tiers either, you can see here. So just for reference, in this format, base 100 is like, that's when you're like a fast Pokemon. That's when you can act the same as a fast Pokemon. I know that in regular OU it's like 103, 105, 110, like around then you'll be like a fast one, but there's just not that many Pokemon in low power that have that speed tier. So you kind of want to hover around 100. Ideally you have some guys above 100, like 2 to 4 guys I would say. Fastest one is Ninjask. I think that might be true. I think so, yeah. But yeah, like I don't love these speed tiers because everything here is like up below 100, and a lot of these things kind of need to be faster. Like Armaldo ideally would be faster. I feel like Centiskorch might need to be like Scarf. Same with Barbaracle, because the thing is we banned Shell Smash, so Barbaracle doesn't have access to like speed boosting very easily. I guess Rock Polish? I mean, Slithering has First Impression, and like you like having slow U-turn on this, that's not terrible. But like Galvantula is pretty fast, that's nice. It can set sticky webs, you know, it's pretty good. But like, the next fastest thing being Scolipede, where the speed just doesn't matter because you're speed boost anyway, like that does rub me the wrong way. But like I said, it's still a cool team. It's still cool, it's fun, I'm excited to see what he does with it. Next up is apparently Grimmy. That's a bit surprising. Interesting. I haven't actually looked at Grimmy's team that much, I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised that this was put as the 9th strongest. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look. We can remove Wooper. Wooper doesn't exist. A lot of these teams have like 1-cost guys that are like never coming to battles, but you need to have 9 Pokemon on your team. So you need to like work around that by picking up like a 1-cost Pokemon at the end, unless you like spread your points out even more. Yeah, no dragon resists on this entire team, which is interesting. That might be a problem if you're up against Jonah with like his fucking Cyclizar. But even against me, like, my Guzzlord has kind of free reign here, but we don't have that many like dragon stab attackers. Let me actually look through here. Yeah, it's not really a lot of I mean, there's Kingdra, I guess. Yeah, there's like, oh yeah, Duraludon, that's another one, Flygon. Okay, Flygon's like an actual attacker. Like, it's for attackers, it's like Flygon, Kingdra, and then I guess you can have like Specs Cyclizar. 1 second. You know that. Cat's yelling at the door again. Gotta stop her. When she's not getting attention, she's like, I will run away from home, and goes to the main door. So gotta take care of that. I don't even know what she wants. She doesn't even want attention. 1 second. Shh. Yeah, you gotta be quiet. Otherwise this happens. This will happen to you every time. You're not allowed to meow like that because it's too loud, and then you get in trouble with the neighbors. Go lie down. See, isn't this comfy? Isn't this good? Stay here, come on. If you stay here, I'll give you a snack. Is that a deal? Look. Snack for you. But you gotta stay on your blanket. Why? Because I said so. Because I'm streaming and I can't be policing your actions the whole time. No, look, it's here is your snack, you little fucking idiot. You other little dumbass. And now chill. Now be calm. Be quiet. Mwah. Okay? Good. They're so neat. Yeah, they're especially loud. Muli, why directly in... Okay. Look, you get put on my lap again. I'm gonna put you on my lap, and I'm gonna give you many, many head scratches and pets. But only with one hand, okay? I fucked up on the Sharpedo point. Mayhaps you did. Yeah, it's 4 cost in your dog for some reason. Yeah, that would have been quite cheap for it. But yeah, good top speed tiers. Sharpedo. No dragon resistant awful removal. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, so we got 1 rapid spinner, 1 defogger. Neither of them really like being the hazard removers. I'm surprised Killer Wantrell doesn't get defogged, to be honest. But yeah, like both of these kind of need heavy duty boots in order to be removers, like hazard removers. But a lot of hazard to set. You know, we got every hazard except webs basically, so that's cool. Yeah, not a lot of rock resists here. Flying also looks kind of bad. Ground looks pretty bad. Ground looks really bad, actually. Wait, the ground's literally 1 ground immunity. Oh, that's kind of rough. But the typings overall look pretty good. And yeah, like 125, pretty good. That's a pretty good top speed tier. Espeon's really good in my opinion. I really like this Pokemon, especially for the low power draft. I think this will be really tough to deal with. Like this thing with Specs or Scarf. I mean, in this format, you don't even need Scarf because like 110 is already really fast. So you can just slap Specs on this and like fucking blast through shit. Like it's really good here. Sharpedo, obviously, going to be very fast with speed boost. 120 attack is good on this. Good flip turn pivot. Blaziken does not get to use speed boost, but it's still going to be good. Yeah, I don't know. Like there's some like good bulky guys here. There's some good... Yeah, but it's really just hazards here. Hazards are kind of a problem. And also I don't really see like a game-winning plan. Like you can do like... I guess you can do like Sword Stance or like bulk up Blaziken, but like, I don't know. I don't know if Sharpedo gets like Sword Stance. I don't think... I mean, maybe Espeon gets like Calm Mind or something, but like... I feel like nothing here can like clean up a game, you know? Clodsire is always... That's true. Clodsire is always really good. Unaware is going to be really, really nice for this team potentially. Like stopping a lot of my sweep potential at least. But yeah, like I don't see like a way that games can really end with this team beyond like the long game. And this doesn't really have like the long game like tools. I feel like there's 2 Wish users, I guess. Is there any recovery on here? Do we have like recover? Apparently recover is not in this list for some reason. But yeah, like it's... I don't know. There's definitely some stuff here. In Legend CA, Sableye did get Parting Shot, so that's another potential switching move. I don't know. I mean, maybe Grimmy is known for cooking up some insane bullshit. So I do think this will be interesting to see play out at the very least. I got a message. Okay. Wife's gonna be home later. You hear that, Mooli? You're gonna be stuck with me today for the whole day. Yeah. Who's up next? Inko's up next. In 8th place. What did Jonah write here? Mega Banette is good. A lot of usable Mon. Yeah, bro, your top speed. Yeah, I saw that too. Copper's your only fairy and flying resist. Toxic spikes and... Oh... Yeah, there's not exactly a like something that can absorb toxic spikes here, is there? Well, let's have a look. Yeah, so top speed is Flygon with base 100. Like I said, that is when Pokemon become usable as sweepers. You stop going to the fucking snacks. No more snacks. Okay, that was very cute. That almost won me over. However, I am immune to that kind of thing. You get snacks if you sit up here on your blanket. Look, I'll even put one there. Look, I'll take a snack. You see this? See this, the snack? And I'll put it on your blanket, where you should be. On your blanket and chilling and not bothering me. No more? Yeah, it's just... Now it's just blanket. Dude, one thing I love about this cat is she just lets you carry her, move her, do stuff with her. Like, it's so fun. Like, what I just did is I picked her up, like, under her neck and, like, by her ass. And then I just flipped her sideways and laid her onto the... Like, I essentially, like, tossed her down. And she just let me do it, because she doesn't mind being, like, picked up and stuff, and held and whatever. She's not like a rag doll, like, she actually just doesn't mind. Surely flagging on Dragon Dance, it does. It does actually get Dragon Dance. It does, it's true. But yeah, like, base 100 for the top speed is not looking great, especially on a Pokemon that, like, it kind of wants to be a pivot, you know, because, like, it gets defog, it resists rocks, it's the ground immunity. Like, this really wants to be like a pivot. So having this be like your Dragon Dance setup guy, it's not exactly ideal, because then you're missing out on other roles. Your only other hazard remover is Cramorant, which, I mean, to be fair, I've done some practice matches against Ingo, and Cramorant actually, like, this guy has sauce. This guy does stuff. So, for example, Gold Missile, I didn't know this, it goes through Substitute. So this guy can actually win out against Substitute guys if you're, like, bulky and have Roost. And yeah, like, Delmise is pretty good. You know, Ghost Grass, Rapid Spin. It had some sauce, but it's kind of just a Rapid Spinner. I mean, it does other stuff, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't want to shit on it, actually. It's pretty good. Alcremie has some sweeping potential, you know, like Calm Mind, Store Power, Draining Kiss. Mega Banette is really interesting. Sky high attack stat, and because of Prankster, this thing can potentially, like, force certain unwinnable situations where you either die to it damaging you, or you die because of Destiny Bond. And, like, from your perspective as the not Banette player, you are not gonna know, like, no matter what you click, like, if Ingo clicks the right move, like, you're just fucked. So this, no, you, okay, you go to my chair that I never am allowed to sit on. That's fine, as long as you lie down and stop yelling, which I think she will now. I think she's had her little screaming fit. But yeah, like, Mega Banette, really big threat, really cool, really interesting Pokemon. Get some good coverage. Like, this guy has some sauce. Flygon, obviously amazing. Copperajah, pretty good. It's, you know, it's fine. It's good. It's pretty good. Slow, but... I mean, I feel like all this thing does is, like, set up rocks and then, like, be a steel type. It doesn't really have, like, super interesting tech. Mac Mortar, I'm not personally a fan of, because I feel like this thing kind of needs Scarf to be good. I don't know. It's potentially got some sauce. Regice is actually really funny. I've seen him use this with Manual Weather and Ice Body to just, like, sit there with incredible defenses, but even then, it doesn't really do much. And then Mabosstiff, you know, it's Intimidate. I feel like Mabosstiff has to handle so much stuff, though. Like, dude, this guy is, like, on cleanup duty for, like, basically every psychic type. It's on cleanup duty for basically every... I mean, I guess ghost types can get handled by Banette, but, like, yeah. It's not super great that, like, this guy has to carry so much. And then, you know, Cramorant's good. Failings can potentially, like, close out games with no retreat. I've lost some practice matches to it, which is why in the future I have to bring Haze if I'm fighting Ingo. And then these two, like, don't matter. These are never coming to a battle. The Mischievous Foul Play. Yeah. But I definitely see the problem with this team being, like, the speeds are just bad. Like, you need to put in so much work here with, like, either Tailwind or Scarves or something like that. And I don't know if it really pays out, but well, we'll see. Ingo has also... Oh yeah, Toxic Spike. I guess, yeah, you don't have, like, a single... You don't really have a poison type if we're disregarding Poipole, so, like, if you set up toxic spikes, like, you are just gonna be kind of fucked. Unless Dalmise is heavy duty boots. Oh, okay, I can't sit comfortably, or my model sinks. Well, hold on. Ah, no, my phone. Ah, fuck. Okay, how about this? How's this? No, I should sit properly. It's better for my back. Fucking being a VTuber forcing me into having a good posture. It's bullshit. It's stupid. But yeah, I think there's some potential sauce here. Bedtime. Good first 5. Triple webs is cool. Parentheses not good. Hey! We love webs in this house, okay? We're webs enjoyers. Payoff is a Bandit Araquanid Arctozold. 1 knockoff, and then just once again the definition of toxic spikes. Okay, let's look at Bedtime's team. Let's see what the issue is here. What do we have an issue with? Yeah, no, I kind of see the issue. I kind of see it. Araquanid, I'm sad he took from me. I initially planned to use this because I love using Araquanid, but it's fair. It's a good Pokemon. I get it. Water Bubble's really good. Sinistra's pretty good. It's a good pivot. Has good moves, you know. Again, no Shell Smash, but it can still like set up. It can still like Calm Mind and stuff. Sandy Shock's actually like really good Pokemon, really hard to deal with. Doesn't typically need to run booster energy, so this can very much be like a pivot that comes in and out multiple times. Volt Switch, you know, it's good. I feel like, in my opinion, this is probably the best Pokemon on this team. I think this just has so much sauce. It just does, like, the things it does it just does really, really well. Scrafty's pretty good, you know? Intimidate, Moxie has like sweeping potential, maybe, I guess, but doesn't this thing get Dragon Dance? I think this gets Dragon Dance, doesn't it? I feel like it does. Or you can be like Rest Talk or like Rest Shedskin maybe, I don't know, maybe. Duraludon, good Steel type. Kind of reliant on Eviolite, but even without it, he's still like pretty bulky. Just not on the special side, so yeah, well, we'll see. I think this guy definitely can, like, it can fulfill the role of a Steel type. Ribombee, very good Pokemon. Fairy type, Bug type, which actually for it is pretty good. Fast U-turner, fast defogger. Webs, doesn't this also get like Encore? No, it doesn't. It gets aromatherapy. Okay, it has some sauce. This guy, Ribombee's used in like a lot of, I feel like, higher tier formats. I feel like saying that Ribombee is sauce. Actually, I don't want to wear a ponytail. I was just redoing my ponytail and I realized, like, actually I'm getting a headache from it, so I should take it out. It gets Dragon Dance. Yeah, it could be a potential sweeper. Could do some stuff. And then Swirlix, I mean, I guess that is technically another web setter. Mr. Rhyme, yeah, it's a Rapid Spinner, you know. Arctozold is like one of his favorites, so I get why he took it. I don't know if it does much here. I mean, yeah, like, I guess technically, like, Arctozold could sweep, or at least, like, do some good damage with Webs Up. I guess Scrafty would only need, like, 1 Dragon Dance, maybe. Yeah, but I kind of agree with Jonah here. I don't really see the payoff for setting up webs, because I feel like most of your Pokemon are, like, the ones that are below 100, like, you're not going to put speed EVs into these. So even with your opponent being at -1, you're not really going to outspeed them. Because, like, you're not going to... I mean, maybe. Yeah, 1 knockoffer is not great. Thing is, I'm just bringing boots spam. Oh, yeah. If you're fighting this, you're just bringing boots. But, like, even besides that, it's like... I don't know. I don't really see what this team... I mean, Sandy Shocks does do stuff, but, like, I also don't like that your 2 hazard removers are, number 1, incredibly weak to rock, so this is obviously going to be duty boots, but also it's kind of slow, so it's kind of exploitable, and the other one is a very fast, frail, like, hazard setter itself that you don't really want to use to defog, because then you're also getting rid of your own webs. I don't know. I feel like... I mean, there's... I'm not saying there's no sauce here, but I do definitely agree that the payoff For webs, doesn't really look like it's there. Also, I don't like the... I mean, I guess Araquanid technically resists fire, but like... Yeah, only fire neutralities here and weaknesses besides Araquanid. So that could be exploitable, but there's like not that many good fire type attackers in this draft, so that's not like the worst thing. I think it definitely does look like a decent team, and I know that Bedtime also has like good fraud potential when team building. So I do trust that there will be... I do trust that this will beat me, is what I'm saying. Next up is Nighty. Nighty this time around did not go for like a strong team. She wanted to go for something funny and funky, and then I yapped with her a lot to make her like rethink some of her choices and build like a somewhat functioning team with like some of the guys that she likes. It is a very Knight team. I don't know if you guys know her from her own streams or just from the Discord or whatever, but this is like a very... It's very much her vibe. I feel like there's a lot of her vibes here. Comfey Oricorio, scary win cons. I definitely agree with that. Encore U-turn knock. This is what I mean when I say like this is a very Knight looking team. She loves things that require like hard read strategies. Lots of pivoting, lots of disruption. That's how she wins. Single rocker Tink, yeah, it's having only one stealth rocker is not great, but it's Tinkaton. I feel like it's gonna be fine. Once again, Toxic Spikes is a weakness, which I do get. I feel like this could be problematic for her, I do agree. And then Singular Breaker and Palmot. This is a problem that I honestly don't fully agree with. We'll see. We'll see. I'll put it in the sheet and then we'll have a look. So, can you make sure that the Oricorio is like properly named? There we go. I have Poipole. Yeah, you can't really bring Poipole, Ingo. It's like if you bring Poipole, I'm like, oh no, my Toxic Spikes. Anyway, now it's a 6v5. Like, what is that for? That fucker doesn't do anything. Come on. Be so for real. Anyway, so the thing with Knight's team, as you can see down here, 4 U-turners, 1 flip turner, 1 Vulture. Like everything, yeah, I think basically everything on the team, save for like Tinkaton and I guess Ludicolo, has like a switching move. Like, you're never gonna be safe clicking moves into her. Yeah, that's just not gonna happen. Because you're always gonna have to be like, okay, it can switch out, clearly. Encore also on like 5 Pokemon, very useful. 2 Wish Passers, which is very nice. I specifically recommended Vaporeon because I was like, oh, your team... I feel like it's missing something to have that Knight vibe, and the thing that it was missing, in my opinion, was Alomomola. So we have Vapomomola now, the Vaporeon, because it's Wish, Protect, Flip Turn. I mean, what more do you want? You know, pretty sure it's got Skull. Like, it's just a Mola. It's a Lomomola. Come on, let's be so for real. I think this will definitely be like a... She will use this in the most annoying way possible. I just know it. And I'm so happy about it. All the fucking taunters, look down here, all the fucking knockoffers. Like, she has some... This is a very, like... She will know how to navigate this team. One issue I do see is 3D foggers, but no spinners. So I feel like she's not going to be that busy setting her own hazards. Which is also why I don't actually think that the Tinkaton being her only setter is not really an issue. Speed tiers are looking great. Palmot at 105, Amapalm at 115, Whimsicott at 116. Like, good speed tiers. And even the ones below 100 are not, like, far below. Like, her slowest being 65 is, like, honestly really good. Also, for Gothitelle, I recommended this to her as well as, like, a final pick, because I was like, this thing has so much fraud potential because of Trick. Like, you can Trick Scarf, Trick Specs, just do damage with it. I feel like this is, like, a dangerous Pokemon to switch in, because you might... just have to like you might have to like lock down one of your team slots if this switches in. It does get Calm Mind, yeah. I think it does. So it can do some setup stuff. Like, it's not... Oh wait, Vaporeon? I thought Gothitelle also gets Calm Mind, I think. Calm Mind Vaporeon, that's true. Calm Mind Vaporeon could be real. Yeah, like I think that this team, it looks weak on the surface. I get like, oh, Amber, like Palmot's the only like breaker who can like switch in and threaten something. But honestly, like Ambipom does have some sauce, you know, like this can do some damage. Fake out last resort type shit. But yeah, like Oricorio, Quiver Dance to end games is very interesting. And it's very hard to plan around because you have to consider what form it might be in, right? Like she does have access to all 4 of its formies. So planning around that could be kind of problematic in terms of like knowing what to bring. Ludicolo with like Swift Swim potentially can do some stuff. But yeah, like I think Knight never really has like a lot of breakers on her team. I think it's something she's more comfortable with, and I do think this team is going to be a problem. I think she's my underdog pick. Her team looks on the weaker side, but I think she's actually gonna like tear through the draft if she has time to prep. She is like busy at the moment, but I do think that if she is given prep time, she will be very dangerous. Moss, person who joined in from on recommendation from another player. I knew Moss a while ago, so they are. I permitted them into my server, and they definitely picked some interesting stuff. I didn't really see like a strategy to it, but after talking to Whipper about it, yeah, like Moss seems to have like a lot of I don't want to keep saying sauce. What's that? I don't know another word for sauce. A lot of condiments with building with like weak looking Pokemon. Let's have a look at the team actually. I'm not gonna just read the points aloud. You can look at the fucking points. You see what's in front of you. You have eyes. I don't need to coddle you. Oh, that was wrong. There we go. We can remove the Natu here. That doesn't matter. So, Gastrodon, obviously like an incredible pick. Sticky Old's really good for leftovers. You just don't care about knockoff. Storm Drain for a water immune. Just good moves. This thing is good. Just a good fucking Pokemon. Good hazard setting. It gets Recover, Scald, Toxic, pretty sure. Like, it's just a good one. You know Gastrodon. You know how Gastrodon works. Sneasel, pretty fucking good. It's fast. Has good damage. Stab knockoff. Just a good Pokemon. You know? Doesn't really need to be Eviolite or anything. Just good. Good guy. Snorlax, also pretty good. Just I keep just saying good, but yeah, like these like first, I would say, yeah, the first 6, like Jonas said, like up to Yanmega, like these are just fucking good, solid Pokemon. I don't really see how they interact together, to be honest. But then again, I don't see the vision, right? Like, I don't see what this can do. Donphan, obviously, like, a pretty incredible Pokemon in lower powers. I always see this thing in Nuzlocke being incredible with, like Ice Spinner, Ice Shard, Rapid Spin, Earthquake. Like, this thing just gets so many weird fucking moves in its level up moveset. This definitely has, like, a good, like, a lot of good stuff. Though, I will say Sturdy is not that useful here as an ability, but it's not nothing, you know? I feel like if this got a pivoting move, it would be a lot better. Arcanine, Intimidate, it's good. Flash Fire if you want to run that, I guess. But just like a good choice bander. Yanmega, apparently Jonah wrote here, forgot to speed boost ban it. I don't know how much it'll matter, but like, I mean, it's a good Pokemon, but like it's also kind of forced to run speed boost because like at 95 speed, you do not outspeed a lot and you kind of need to be boots. So if you pick speed boost, you don't get tinted lens, so you're lacking a lot of damage. And this thing doesn't have like the best coverage, especially without hidden powers. So I don't know if it's going to be like super problematic, but it's probably going to be, I think it's going to be like decently problematic. Pyukumuku, I'm a fan of this guy. I love this guy. I don't think it's going to do much without Z Purify. Rhydon, kind of same. I mean, it's, I guess it's like a ground type. It's good. You know, Eviolite on it, but doesn't do, I mean, maybe it does stuff. I don't know. It's slow. Same with Dusknoir. Like, I don't really see what this does here. I mean, it gets Haze, apparently. Will-O-Wisp. Destiny Bond, I guess. I mean, it might do some stuff. Lot of water weaknesses. But I guess, like, technically an immunity and then one resistance. Yeah, water's kind of a problem for this team, I guess. Kind of forces Gastrodon to not be sticky hold, in a way. I don't know. The team is also like very slow. Like again, Arcanine has extreme speed. Yanmega has speed boost. But like, dude, the fact that the next Pokemon down is 50. Yeah, this is a very slow team. And I feel like this doesn't really have like a way to handle that. Like none of these guys can really be Scarfers. And I feel like Arcanine doesn't want to be a Scarfer either. Like this thing definitely wants to be Choice Band. So it's kind of just like Sneasel and Yanmega to worry about in terms of outspeeding. I don't know. I think that this team does not look like Omega powerful. I kind of feel like 90s and Bedtime's teams look a bit stronger. But again, these to me look like a bunch of generically useful Pokemon. And I don't really see how they're gonna interact. But I'm not Moss. I don't see the vision. I don't see it. TLDR, get Rotom Fan. Yeah, Rotom Fan would have helped this team a lot, but also would have added another rock weakness, because this team is already like... I don't want to say it's like super rock weak, but it's not great on the rock weaknesses. Curselax just invalidates half the teams. You think so? Curselax? Because like I'm not like I have Sacred Sword. I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna ignore the defense boosts and then I'll just two-shot it. Like I don't care. I feel like for me it's not an issue. Like it's that, or like I guess Toxic won't work on it. I got like Haze if I want to clear out its boosts. I can just boost up myself on like Uxie or Cobalion. Like I feel like I outboosted. I'm gonna be so for real. But like Curselax is definitely it is a problem, I will say. I don't think it's like a nothing Pokemon. This is very powerful. But I feel like finding like a time to set it up is a lot more difficult than other stuff, especially if you're having to deal with like hazards. Because again, like no toxic spikes, not even a steel type. Like everything here gets toxic by toxic spikes. So I don't know how much Curselax. I mean, it has to rest, but like that's not really a problem, I guess. I don't know. I guess I could run immunity. Not sure. Listen, I don't see the vision. But I'm sure I will see it when I get beaten by it. 4th place is apparently my team! Yay! Hello. Best mon in the format, Nihiligo. Thank you. I'm stretching up to pat my Nihiligo plushie. Good job. Good pivots to support it. Good enough hazard game. Bad top speed. Hey! I disagree. 7-man draft, very low longevity for a long-term win con like Nihiligo. Well, let's see if I agree with you. Because I might not. The 7-man draft thing is definitely very real. I have a habit of like picking a lot of expensive Pokemon and then being forced to pick like some shitters at the end. Which I'm like I'm obviously never bringing Scorbunny, and like realistically I'm not really bringing Torracat. It's like it's gonna be like some game I might be like, oh, I want Intimidate Mon here, but like realistically I'm like not bringing this almost ever. I do think, like I said, my basically all of these Pokemon have been replaced since I picked the actual picks, but these two have stayed the same. I think that like Nihiligo was my first pick because my favorite Pokemon next to Dunsparce. I just wanted to make this work, and it is really powerful. The big issue is that it gets basically hard-walled by any steel type. This thing has a horrendous move pool in terms of coverage. Like, non-stab, it gets 3 moves, essentially. It gets Psychic / Psyshock, kind of the same move, Thunderbolt, and Dazzling Gleam. And I guess you can count Grass Knot as well. It gets Grass Knot, wow. That's literally it. So the only thing it has to hit steel types for even just neutral is Thunderbolt, which is not... It's not great, you know? It's not great. Hex, yeah, but that's 65 base power, you know, it's... You kind of need like a Toxic Spike set, and that still doesn't affect the steel types, and then, you know, like that needs a lot of team support. You need like a different set for it. Also High Yellowstone. But yeah, like, it's still like a great boost. Like, the thing is, if you weaken their steel type enough that they are in Grass Knot or Dazzling Gleam, or sorry, not in Thunderbolt range, this can just sweep, because like it's decently fast at 103. Like this does outspeed a lot of the format, and you can just do like Meteor Beam for the special attack boost, or if you are up against a team that doesn't have like a lot of Pokemon above 103, you can just run like a fucking like special attack beast boosting set, and then you just sweep through the entire like rest of their team. Like this can close out basically any game if you set it up right. I think Cobalion is like a great steel type to support it. Cobalion gets hazards, it gets Volt Switch, it gets Sacred Sword, it gets Sword Stance. I think it gets Calm Mind even. It gets like a lot of good shit. Thunderwave, Taunt. Like this gets stuff. It has like decent stats. 108 base speed is really good for a defensive Pokemon. The big issue is that this is a steel type that doesn't resist flying. And what was the other one? It doesn't resist fairy. It doesn't resist flying and fairy as a steel type. But that's what Nihiligo is for. So if I want to run like a non-sweeper Nihiligo set, that is something I can consider. I think these two complement each other really well. Justified also means I have a like a deterrent for knockoff potentially, which is very nice. And then the rest of the team from there, I did a lot of testing. I actually did more test battles than I thought I ever would. You sound Central European. I don't think Germany counts as Central, but I'm from Germany. Central Europe is like the like former Soviet states, right? Is that, I think, what people usually say when they say that? I think, maybe, not quite sure. Or is that Eastern European? I think that might be Eastern European actually. Is Central Europe? I guess yeah, because Russia is not Europe. Europe is so people like. I feel like people don't know what they mean when they say Europe. Europe is such like a vibes-based term. Anyway, back to Pokemon. I picked Blastoise because I wanted a water type for my team very badly, so I could have like a good fire resist and a good ice resist. I wanted a rapid spinner. This gets haze, this gets flip turn. Sadly, no Shell Smash. Shell Smash is banned. But it's a good support Pokemon. It can also run an offensive set. It's not too terribly slow. 78 is not like the worst in my opinion. It definitely has some sauce. Iron Leaves was a late addition. This was originally Shaman, regular Shaman. And I switched it for Iron Leaves because number one, I hate inaccurate moves. And I think Iron Leaves, it's like a really good secondary sweeper to Nihiligo. This can be booster energy, either special attack or speed. This gets Trailblaze and Sword Stance. So whichever booster energy set I choose, I can still set up. I can also just not be booster energy and I can just be like Life Orb and Trailblaze for speed boosting if I need it. Like it's 104 base speed. That means it can outspeed most things in this format. Like I think this thing has some sauce. Jonah doesn't like it. Jonah does not consider this thing a real Pokemon, and I will prove him wrong. This thing is my personal underdog for my team. I love this thing. I think it's very interesting to run. Gets pretty good coverage. It's not like perfect coverage, obviously, but it gets fighting moves, Grass Psychic, obviously. It gets some electric moves, like Wild Charge and shit. Like it has stuff. It has stuff. I think this guy definitely has some sauce. Guzzlord, a suggestion from Jonah as well. I was not aware of the sauce this guy had. It's pretty cheap. 12 points is not the most in this format. But like, dude, this thing can take fucking any hit. Like as long as it's not fairy, and even like fighting this thing can take. Like as long as it's not a fairy move, this thing will take the hit and like dish out good damage. It's very surprising. Knockoff obviously hurts from this thing. I've done like Toxic Dragon Tail. You can do like Rest Sleep Talk. You can do Substitute. It's just a really fucking good pivot to have, especially in a format where there are not that many good fairy types. It's very nice. You want to know what you're doing wrong with English? I'm not doing anything wrong. I've been speaking English like almost my whole life. My English is perfect. Sometimes people say I have an accent and I don't know what they mean because I feel like I can never personally hear it. Like I speak more English than I speak German nowadays. But I mean, yeah, if you have like a tell or something, you can, I guess, let me know. No, my English is perfect. Shut up. It's perfect. If there's any flaws to it, those are actually not flaws. Those are actually the correct way to speak English. That's how it is. Uxie. Originally I had Mesprit here in the slot, but I was mostly going to run defensive Mesprit anyway, so I instead chose Uxie. Because, number one, it's pretty fast. 95 is honestly not terrible. And 130 in the defensive stats is really, really good. This thing has some great sauce. It gets U-turn, it gets Encore, it gets Knockoff, it gets Thunderwave, it gets Calm Mind and Draining Kiss, and I think it even gets Stored Power. It's another Stealth Rocker. Like, this thing is fucking... This is good. This is like a good Pokemon. Really good, like, opening, really good pivot. Can be like a setup guy if I wanted to be more threatening. Like, this thing has a lot of set options. yeah, it's a stupidly good support mon, but also it can be like set. Like this thing just has a lot of good sets, and it's kind of impossible to prepare for all of them. It's very surprising. I was surprised. I was positively surprised by this Pokemon. No one is perfect. Wrong. I am. That is just, listen, you gotta have confidence, and I have the most confidence, which means I'm perfect. Weezing Galar, I wanted a fairy type. I wanted a levitating Pokemon, because right now, this was before I had Uxie, so I still wanted something with levitate potentially. Also, neutralizing gas is like a good ability, obviously. Though I'm mostly going to be running levitate, I think, unless I like my opponent just doesn't have like ground moves to threaten me with. Poison Fairy is a great typing. Great defense on this, obviously. But the reason I chose it, obviously, the moves. Like, number one, Defog, because right now I have one Rapid Spin and one Defogger. I'm not super reliant on hazards myself, so I don't mind running Defog on this. If I'm running a Toxic Spike set, I'm probably going to be bringing Blastoise instead of like Iron Leaves or something, or Guzzlord, so that I have a Spinner instead of a Defogger. But Haze, really useful if I want to deal with setup guys. It gets Aromatherapy, which Uxie is also supposed to get. Maybe that's a Legends Arceus or Champion move. Gets Taunt, gets Will-O-Wisp. Like, this thing has some just good fucking moves, good typing. You can swap this thing on a lot of in a lot of moments. Pain Split, Toxic. It's just a good fucking like defensive pivot to have. Uxie gets Heal Bell. Oh, I thought it was Aromatherapy. Gotcha. Your pronouns are kind of wrong. The fuck? Like, I don't expect you to use he, she. What? What do you mean my pronouns are also perfect? My pronouns are whatever's funniest in the moment. Just the funniest pronouns are my pronouns. That's like the perfect way to do it. Where was I? Right, Weezing. Weezing good? There is an issue my team has a bit with steel types, I feel like, because I've got like 2 steel resists and one of them is Torracat, so it doesn't really count. So offensive steel types can definitely fuck me up a little bit, I will say. There's also the issue of Nihilego being kind of like my big endgame cleaner, where if there is like a steel type alive, I kind of just can't win the game unless it's like in damage or in kill range of Nihilego. I do think that Iron Leaves fixes that problem. Like, this is like a good secondary killer. Like, if I'm running like Swords Dance with Booster Energy Speed and I get the Swords Dance off, like, I can just win from there. Or if I'm running like Life Orb with Trailblaze, I can just win from there. Or at the very least, I can do some like hefty damage to the opposing team. So I do think this team has some good sauce. In my testing, it's been very fun. Torracat, honestly, when I bring it, it does put in some work. With Eviolite, it's pretty bulky. It can run like Overheat or whatever. No Dark type yet, sadly. Also no knockoff on this, I believe, which is kind of sad. But, I mean, you know, it gets Parting Shot, it gets Intimidate. That's kind of all it needs. It's also not too terribly slow. And I do like the speed tiers on this team. I know that the team... The fast Pokemon aren't too terribly fast, but I think just having these guys be above 100 is already enough, because they all kind of have either ways to boost their speed, or they don't need to boost their speed. They can like handle it without it. Uxie being at 95 I think is also very, very good, because it'll still outspeed a lot of the lower mons, but it doesn't have to fully invest in speed, so I can speed creep a lot here. I think I have a lot of like freedom with my Eevees, and then I've got like 3 slower guys, which the biggest issue here I think is just the 7-mon draft. That's like, yeah, I don't have a lot of flexibility in team building in terms of I'm always bringing these 2. Realistically, I'm almost always bringing Uxie and Weezing. So, like, I really have, like, 2 team slots that I can actually change my Pokemon in. And Torracat's, like, not really good enough to consider. So, like, yeah, it's not ideal. But I would rather have this than, like, a bunch of shitters that I don't know how to use. Do you know what the Royal U is? Yeah, I know the Royal U. Right? You should set person. What? You mispronounce the S sound? No, I don't. Might be my microphone. Also, I'm like putting on a voice right now, so who knows? My English is perfect, thank you. Whipper is 3rd. Kind of surprised. I thought this would be higher. Insane top 7. That is very true. Obvious and easy game plan. Also very true. good enough removal to get true value out of Entei. The speed gap, I agree. This is because so fun fact, Whipper is my first match this week. Like he's the first guy that I'm fighting in the draft, just at all. And I have been looking at his team very thoroughly. There's a lot of obvious problems with it, but somehow they don't matter. And let me show you what I mean. Let me get Whipper's team. Here it is. Oh, okay, I thought I pasted, but I didn't press the button fully. All good. So we can remove Cutifly from this. This won't matter. Crobat, just an incredible Pokemon as your first pick. Like, 130 speed in this format is like basically unbeatable. 90 attack is perfectly serviceable. Special attack. This gets Nasty Plot, so it can do some stuff. It's pretty bulky. It's got pretty good typing. It gets Defog, it gets U-Turn, it gets Haze. Like, this thing just has utility. It gets Knockoff, it gets Taunt. When you're this fast, like, that matters. Like, this is like the linchpin. It's so fucking good. Gives, like, good resistances, good immunity here with Ground. It's just a good Pokemon. Entei, also really good in this format. You know, you get your Extreme Speed, you get your Sacred Fire, you get your... I mean, that's kind of it. No, it's not it, but like Stone Edge, it gets stuff. It's a good like choice band user, or you have to put boots on it maybe if you want to like not have it bit chipped down. Life Orb I could see as well. Like this just does a lot of like 115 attack, 115 HP, 100 speed. Like this thing can just like dish out some good damage. I don't know if it gets set up actually. I don't know if it has like setup moves. Tentacruel, just an incredible tank. Sets up Toxic Spikes. It can Rapid Spin. Can also Haze apparently. Jesus. Flip Turn, Knockoff, like it's great special defense. Like this is, you've played Nuzlocke. Trailblaze? Ah, okay. Does it get like Swords Dance or anything, like for physical setup? But yeah, like the dude, Tentacruel is going to be so hard to deal with. It's such a good special tank. I think it technically even gets Recovery in the form of like Aqua Ring, but like you're not really using that. But also like Black Sludge. Yeah, like it's really fucking good, man. Rotom Mow is another like incredibly good Pokemon here. It's levitating, obviously, which is really, really good. It's quadruple electric resist, so that's really nice. Volt, like fast-ish Volt. Yeah, it's actually kind of slow. 86 base speed is actually kind of slow, but you know, it usually runs Scarf, or it can run Scarf, it can run Specs. Leaf Storm for good damage, Taunt. Like this thing is going to be like an incredible pivot. I'm very scared of this. Thunder Wave is going to be problematic on this as well. Steelix, great Pokemon. Good physical defense. Put Assault Vest on this. Nothing can really like kill it quickly. Sturdy or Sheer Force if you want damage. Pangoro was a last minute pickup, which I wholeheartedly agree with. Talked about it with Whipper about like, should he do it, should he not? And I was like, I feel like you might need it. And now I regret it because now this thing is like a big problem for me in team planning. Because it, this thing essentially like negates my ability to sweep with Nihilego, even if I'm running Dazzling Gleam because of Bullet Punch. Like Choice Band, Bullet Punch does like 94% to me. Like if you're doing like Adamant, Max Attack, Choice Band, Bullet Punch, Iron Fist, like that almost kills Nihilego just from raw. Put like Spikes or like Stealth Rock chip on that and Nihilego's probably dead. So this thing kind of prevents a sweep unless my Nihilego is like fully healthy, which I don't really want to bank on. Steelix also obviously a problem, but I can hit this with Grass Knot at least on Nihilego, but it's still an issue because it's, you know, if it's Assault Vest, then I don't really do damage to it. Hoopa is interesting. It's obviously very weak to dark moves, but honestly, like, I was not aware of this thing's stats. Fucking 150 special attack, 130 SpDef, 30 HP, 110 attack. Like, this thing is a lot better than I thought it was. 70 speed does definitely hold it back, but like I'm fully expecting this to be like some Scarf trick set or like Specs trick. And even then, like it can just do so much damage if you swap it in on like any fighting move or anything. I feel like this thing is like genuinely a threat in this format that I was not aware of. It's not unbeatable by any means. Like obviously Sucker Punch knockoff exists, but I do think this has like very high potential. And then Togetix, like it's not coming realistically. So another draft here with like, I don't really want to call it a 7-mon draft, but it's kind of a 7-mon draft with, like Jonas said, no real fairy, but like these are all like incredible Pokemon. And like he said, the game plan is very obvious. You want your rocks at some point, but you don't really need them. You got Entei as like your game winner. You got Crobat and Rotom and Tentacruel for incredible pivots and bulk and utility. And then Pangoro can threaten anything with priority. And Hoopa can be like a very, like, if you're trying to hit anything with fighting or normal moves, you just can switch this thing in and do incredible things with it. Like, it's just so fucking good. There's a very, very good team. I'm excited to see it play out. I'm almost certainly going to lose to it. just judging from my own judgment here, I don't think I will last against this, but I'm trying my best. I've already prepared my team for this. I don't have the best game plan, but you know, I'm gonna have to try. Because one issue I have, I talked to Jonah about this, is that I am very bad at like reading people, like reading their next move. Because I'm so fucking Nuzlocke-brained, I always just assume that like if I click the big move, then they'll stay in and I can do damage to them. And that's just not how it works. Like, people pivot, people switch out, they trick me, they read my moves. Because I play very, very obviously, I have like very obvious play patterns. And I'm not expecting to win this draft, but I'm just gonna try to work on that. That's like my big goal for this draft, is to learn how to look like a turn ahead. And instead of just being like, oh, I can get a kill here, I'll click the big damage moves. Like, okay, what are their options? Could they U-turn here? If so, what would they U-turn into? And they go, just try to be a bit more like thoughtful about my plays. And I think this is a good team to practice that against, because I think it's very strong. But I also think it's a little bit generic. Like, one issue I see with this is that there isn't too much set diversity. I feel like most of these Pokemon are going to be running very similar sets. Or, sorry, not sets. It's about their roles, right? Like, I feel like these Pokemon aren't very diverse with their roles, right? Like, this thing, it can't really be a sweeper. Like, it's gonna be a defensive pivot. This thing, I mean, it can be Specs or Scarf, but like, again, it's a pivot. It's like a utility pivot. This thing, it's your only stealth rocker, so realistically, you're gonna be setting rocks with it. You know, Assault Vest is not exactly gonna be great on it, because you want your rocks. And then Pangoro, you know, it's slow, so you kind of have like, it kind of needs to be Assault Vest or Choice Band or whatever. You know, Crobat, it's like good, but is it like a sweeper good? Like, no, it's gonna be another defensive pivot, utility pivot. You know, oh shit, wait, Rotom gets Parabolic Charge now? Alright, well, never mind then, never mind. Moltom was a monster. Does it get any speed boosting? If it gets like speed boosting, it might be something. But yeah, like, I feel like in terms of the roles the Pokemon have generally, I feel like it's not set in stone, but I do think there's like not too much freedom here. Agility, okay, fuck, never mind. Nasty Plot, Agility, Parabolic Charge, and then like Leaf Storm or something. Yeah, could be something. Next up we have Azure. Best top 3 in the draft. I agree with this 100%. Sceptile has great top speed. Hatterene is a stupid win con. I don't believe in Cinccino. I acknowledge he'll most likely get a Tidy Up sweep or two. I agree, yeah. It'll probably get some weird fucking Dragon Dance Tidy Up, whatever, sweep. Tidy Up plus 4 Rock Weak Mons. Defogger plus 4... Oh, 4 Rock Weak Defoggers isn't enough for me. You low-key got a lot of mid past Cinccino. And then just the word Toxic Spikes. Man, there's a lot of Toxic Spikes weakness in this draft, huh? I gotta keep that in mind, because I've done some like test teams, and one thing that I've really enjoyed was Hex with like a lot of Toxic Spikes on my team. The problem is that with my team, not that much stuff gets Toxic Spikes, I think. Like, if we go back here, yeah, like it's just Weezing and Nihilego. After I made some of the team changes, there wasn't like that much left. So I do think Toxic Spike's going to be a bit difficult to set up, but like if I can make it work with Weezing, like there's definitely some stuff here. I could definitely do something. First pick Zoroark This thing is just fucking incredible, man. It's like Illusion's going to be so good, because you don't like, you decide the order that your team goes out in like a hidden way on Showdown, so you don't know what this is going to be disguised as, which has a lot of utility when you consider like, oh, Hatterene, you know, you want to hit this with ghost moves. Registeel, oh, you want to hit this with fighting moves. Cinccino, you want to hit it with fighting moves. You know, Houndoom, same thing. Like, a lot of these Pokemon synergize really well with Zoroark being disguised as them. I think this thing is gonna be like one of the biggest problems to play around in the whole thing, and I think that I'm just gonna like have to be okay that this almost certainly gets a kill like every match before you realize that it's disguised as that Pokemon. Like it's really fucking good. Hatterene, obviously incredible. Magic Bounce is great for hazard control and like turning hazards around on the opponent. Anticipation can be useful potentially, but it's really just Magic Bounce, man. This thing is just incredible. Good typing, add some good resistances to the team. Great move pool. This is just good, man. Registeel is, in my opinion, like one of the best seal types that's available in this format. Like it's so fucking bulky. You've got like Curse setup. You've got Body Press. You can do Iron Defense, Heavy Slam. Like it's just, this thing is just so fucking hard to deal with. Like any time that I fight a Registeel on the ladder, I can't beat it. I don't know how. I don't know how to beat these fucking things. Like, I am going to lose against this team, and I just know it looking at these two Pokemon. The Zoroark and the Registeel are why I'll lose, because I just don't know how to handle these fucking things, man. It's mainly a sweeper that can't get phased or reset. Ah, interesting. Wait, does Magic Bounce also deal with like Haze? Interesting. Oh yeah, and I guess I can't Dragon Tail it. That's also true. Cinccino. Technician, pretty good. Skill Link, pretty good. If you're running like Bullet Seed, Tail Slap. It's not a Rapid Spinner, but it's like a cleanup guide, gets Tidy Up. So it's basically, you know, Dragon Dance, Rapid Spin in one. Kingdra, great fucking Pokemon. I'm surprised this thing survived as long as it did. A bit slow by itself, but you know, Dragon Dance that shit up, and you got a good Pokemon. Put some specs on it, you got a good Pokemon. This is a good guy. Good Pokemon. Masquerain. Good pivot with Intimidate. Gets Defog. Gets U-Turn. Sceptile. Good speed. Unburden. Makes it even faster. Houndoom is like okay, you know, Flash Fire. And then Marowak, you know, you gotta spend your points somehow. I kind of agree with Jonah that like top 3, like absolutely incredible. But I am actually kind of agree. I'm not a fan of the Stealth Rock weakness here. Because like Marowak isn't really coming, and then you've got like Masquerain's gonna need boots. Houndoom probably also gonna need boots. A lot of these things are just neutral, so you're gonna be taking like enough damage to where it matters. And having only Cinccino as your like tidy up guy, and then like this guy for defog, I kind of see like, yeah, it's not ideal. I do think hazards are going to be a problem for this team. Then again, Azure plays very proactively with like abilities specifically, so I do think that Magic Bounce will do a lot of the heavy lifting here. I think it'll be a very useful one. How many teams left are you? Just Jonah after this, yeah. Technician loaded is a threat. That's true. But then the problem is then you take damage from hazards. Mask can also work as a Quiver Dance Sweeper. Yeah, but it doesn't really have the type coverage to support it. Like, Bug, Flying, Water are just not really that good of a move combo to have for, like, offensive, and I don't think it gets, like, Giga Drain. I don't think its offensive move pool is, like, that deep, right? In terms of, like, type coverage. I feel like this gets stopped by a lot of things. Like, for example, like, just an example, like, Nihilego just, like, walls this. Unless this has, like, I guess it needs to run, like, Hydro Pump to kill Nihilego. And even then, dude, Nihilego is, like, such good special defense that Nihilego can take, like, a +2 Hydro Pump from this. I'm gonna just say that. I actually just fully think that that's the case. But yeah, it's, I think also there's some Ice Cube fraud potential here. Probably not most of the time, but, like, sometimes. Marowak maybe has some fraud potential. Maybe. I will also say, though, having only Registeel as your Stealth Rocker is also not great. Because I feel like that means it can't really be like a Iron Defense Sweeper. I mean, it still can, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it, but like I also know that Azure won't need it. The team overall is definitely like incredible, but it has some obvious weaknesses. I think the absence of hazard removal and whatever. What am I saying? Sorry, hazard removal and hazards. That's what I was saying. I had a brain fart moment there. Don't even try snowscape plus hail. I will disqualify. Wait! Is it that because we're... Wait, did like... Wait, do Pokemon learn hail? Still? Huh? Wait, is that real? Can you have hail and snowscape active at the same time? Because if so, we should probably say like... Both recover Ice Phase, but are different. Wait, really? Natdex allows both? That's... I didn't know that. I thought they just replaced it. That's really funny, actually. Oh, they over... Okay, I was gonna say, like... That is still really fucking funny. That is really funny. I like... Why disqualify that? Like, if they... You can go... Wait, how can you go infinite? Wait, how would you be able to go infinite with that? Ice Phase against a physical attacker. Oh, like you're saying you would... Oh, wait. Does Ice Phase just reset once? Or how does it work? I actually don't know how that works. You're gonna have to tell me about that later. That sounds interesting. But yeah, I guess against a physical attacker, you just click. Okay, I thought that Snowscape Hail usage resets Ice Phase. I thought that it's like, if you are in the hail or in the snow, it gets reset. I didn't know that it was based on, like, using it. Okay. Interesting. I thought it was like, it always just happens in the snow, like, every turn, until the snow is over. That's interesting. We might want to put that as a rule, just in case. Just so that Azure knows, because he's not here, so he won't know. Anyway, Jonah put himself first. The what's the word I'm looking for? The self-righteous bastard or something? I don't know. Revival Cat's kind of BS. But yeah, where is it? Jonah, first place according to himself. Top speed tiers. Removal is good. Hazard stack potential. Diancie Wincon perfectly here. Bad physical breaking, unless you count Psyshock. 95 to 70 speed gap and an ice weakness. So I do think that his top speeds are incredible. Cyclizar at 121. I mean, he's kind of right. Egomaniac, but he's kind of right. Like, 121 top speed is really good. 115 on Persian Alola is really good. Virizion at 108. Really good. Like, 108 is my top speed, just in general. Articuno Galar at 95 is not terrible at all. This still outspeeds a lot of things and can speed creep, which is... I genuinely think that there's like a... People don't put a lot of value on these like 90 and 95 base speed mons because these can still outspeed all of these like below 90 Pokemon, but you don't need to fully invest in your speed to do so. You can speed creep them and then have a lot of EVs left over in other stats. Galarian Articuno is better than most people think. No, I think it's good. I know it's good. I don't at all deny that. I know it's fucking great. I have nothing bad to say about the Galarian birds. I know that they're all incredible. If anything, I'm really surprised that regular Articuno was not picked. Like, where is it? It was like on the cheaper side. Hold on. It was, where is it? Where is it? Am I stupid? Am I Gregnant? Am I Gargant? Yeah, it's 8 points. I am so surprised no one picked this. Like, it gets Freeze Dry, I'm pretty sure. It gets Aurora Veil Snowscape if you want to. It just has really good stats. Yeah, I know it needs to have boots, but like, it's a good defogger. Like, I feel like this thing for 8 points is honestly kind of a steal. I'm kind of surprised no one picked it. But yeah, really good removal. That is true. Because basically just because of fucking Rapid Spin on Cyclizar. Because like this thing could just come in, Rapid Spin, and then get the fuck out again. Also, Empoleon, I think, and I'm gonna say this for real. I know that he said Nihilego is the best Pokemon in the draft. I think it's Empoleon. I actually think it's Empoleon. This thing is so fucking hard to counter. It is so dangerous to play around. It has like so much potential. As like a deterrent to stat dropping with competitive. It has just good defensive stats all around. slow flip turn, you get, does it get, yeah, it gets haze, gets defog, gets stealth rock, gets knockoff. Like, it's just such a fucking good defensive utility pivot that can still threaten damage. It's like, it's kind of like Cobalion with a way better typing. Like, this thing is just so good. It's just such a good Pokemon, man. I'm so surprised it didn't get picked by anyone else. It's so fucking good. Cyclist Arm, obviously incredible. This thing is actually like a huge problem because, like, yeah, 85 special attack, 95 attack, but like, dude, Draco Meteor, like, if you have like Assault Vest or like Choice Specs or something, Life Orb, whatever, like Draco Meteor Flamethrower can handle like a lot of, like, my team kind of gets like fucked over by this thing. Regenerator is really good, no Shed Tail, but like you still get fast U-turn, you get rapid spin, you get your knockoff. Like, this thing is, it's like an incredible pivot. Virizion, kind of similar to Cobalion, but without the steel typing. Still a good stealth rocker. Still has Justified for like knockoff prevention or like knockoff punishment. Has like a decent move pool. It's fast. It's relatively cheap for what it does. It's bulky. Like, it's good Pokemon. Good Pokemon. Weak to flying moves. Who gives a shit? Basically, no one here has Dangerous Flying Stab. I did a test battle against Jonah where I saw the fury of Diancie, and this thing terrified me ever since. The fact that this thing with Rock Polish can genuinely just sweep is so terrifying. Like, I was not aware of this thing's game. Rock Polish Diancie is actually fucking terrifying, and like, you need to be so careful about it. Because it's so bulky, and you don't even need to invest in the bulk realistically. Palossand, good Pokemon. What else can I say? It's a good bulky ground type. It's a ghost, it does ghost type things. It sets up Stealth Rock. Doesn't it get spikes? No, it doesn't get spikes. Okay. It's good. It's a good Pokemon. Persian Alola, another very fast Pokemon. Technician can be really good on this. Fur Coat obviously makes it incredibly bulky. Like, a lot bulkier than you think it should be. Gets a fuck ton of good utility moves. Yeah, it gets Thunder Wave, Taunt, U-Turn, Toxic Spikes apparently, and regular spikes. This can be like a secondary hazard setter, I guess. Yeah. Dugong, I guess, is like decent. It's a good ice resistance, you know, flip turn, haze, encore, I guess fake out technically. Vileplume I don't really see here as being like hyper useful, but I mean, gets aromatherapy apparently. Probably like a good defensive pivot. Maybe you can like set up or something with growth, I don't know. And then Articuno Galar, just a good special attacker to be honest, but yeah, like the top speeds here are just looking so good. I feel like here you have kind of a similar thing with Whipper, where Whipper has like just a selection of good Pokemon. But like I feel like his mons are kind of restricted in what they can do. I feel like Jonah's team is like that, but without the restrictions. Like, Virizion can have a lot of different roles. It's not always going to be your bulky hazard guy. This can be like a setup sweeper. This can be like a utility mon. Diancie can be like your rock setter. It can be your cleanup sweeper. It can be like a breaker. It can be like a punish guy. Persian can honestly like genuinely do damage with Technician. It can be just really bulky with Fur Coat. Same with him. Dude, Empoleon can be set as like a setup sweeper, I'm sure. Like, I feel like there's so much variety here that planning for all of the things this team can do is kind of impossible in a way, which is exciting. Like, I'm excited to see the replays for this when it's done. Like, good hazard removal, good hazards. The ice weakness, like Jonas said, it is looking pretty rough because, yeah, you got like... It's just not looking great. I like the ×8 resistance, by the way, because of thick fat. I'm assuming that's kind of funny. It's just really good. Sorry, what I mean is like the ice resistance is not that great, but the rest is really good. And like, look at this fucking draft. Show me like the threatening ice types. Show me who has like actually threatening ice stab. It's like maybe Arctozold, maybe Kingdra Ice Beam, I guess, but like there's like one guy here that gets freeze dry. And I forget who. Actually, I don't think anyone has freeze dry. So that doesn't even matter. And then like, in terms of ice stab, there's like Mr. Rhyme. And that's kind of it. Like, having an ice weakness here is honestly just like not a big deal. It's like the least important weakness you can really have here. Okay, Mr. Rhyme gets Ice Freeze. Okay. Sorry. Arctosaur gets freeze dry. Okay, and Mr. Rhyme. But yeah, like that means you have like a neutrality here and a neutrality here. But like that might be an issue, but I still think that overall it's like not a bad weakness to have. Fighting types also are looking pretty rough, but you've got a ghost type, you've got Articuno, and I guess Vileplume. Yeah, because you were talking about like Strength Sap, Leech Seed, Effect Spore stuff. Like Vileplume is probably there to like deal with the fighting types now that I'm looking at it. Actually, that's kind of interesting. Speaking of bedtime, speaking of Ingo, are you two planning your battle now? Are you two like fighting this week? Uh-huh. But yeah, like I do realize why he made himself like the strongest team. I do see that like just from pure value, this is the strongest team, but it is breakable. I do think that there's like stuff that can happen here, especially like steel coverage against Diancie is like, that is a problem. You're getting a live battle. Whoa, wait, you guys are battling? Wait, you guys are battling right now? Hold on. Let me get my showdown. Let me go to my showdown. Oh, wow. Wait, we're getting a live battle? Alright. Interesting. I did start with my team in first, by the way. Okay, I gotta turn off the music, though. And I gotta turn on audio capture. Oh, fuck, that broke it. Why you break it? Why? Okay, now we're here. Make that a bit quieter. Yo, live battle time! Do I have it not... Wait. Hold on. Where's my style? Don't I have... Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Ah, there it is. There it is. The Scarlet Violet awesome battle overlay. I love this shit for looking good. Good luck. Alright, I guess the first draft battle is happening live. Looks like we got the Dragon Dance Intimidate set up right at the start. Being made completely useless by a whirling wind. Can I turn off Calcdex? Yeah, I'm gonna turn off Calcdex here, just for this battle. Oops. Maybe scrolling down. Ooh, that whirl be winding. There's a winding whirl. Winding in the wind. Webs did in fact go up though. That is interesting. No knockoff here. We instead... Oh, dude, we're setting those hazards, boy. We're setting those fucking hazards. What is this? See, now I actually want to see if... Ah, fuck, I can't put up the calc on the side. I would have to turn off my overlay. Ah, whatever. No, I'm not going to calc this battle while I'm spectating. Bro, those hazards be coming out. But I will say this Cabarajo's putting in some work here. Chipping down the opponent here. Getting some good damage down. Ooh. The question is, do we see the rapid spin here? Interesting. We did not see a rapid spin. Instead we saw a poltergeist. Shakes hand. Yeah, nothing happened this turn. Interesting turn. Very interesting turn. Attack falls, okay. Rapid spin. That means the webs and rocks are gone. All the hard work that Bedtime put up. Okay, he didn't bring another web setter. And this cannot spin right now. So I'm guessing Bedtime's trying to go for a kill, if I had to guess. Okay, just letting it die. That's... Honestly, that's a bit risky because those rocks can easily go back up. And I think they easily will. Ooh, we're seeing the belly drum. The physical belly drum said. Ouch. Okay, flame body proc. That does matter. Flame body proc. Wasn't expecting foul play on this, but that makes sense. That is some cool tech, though. I like that. I like that. I'm learning. I'm learning. I know what to look out for now. Good thing I don't have any physical sweepers that boost their attack. Like Iron Leaves. Actually, Iron Leaves will just fucking kill this. I'm surprised that outsped it. 295 speed. I mean, I guess Mag Mortar is pretty... It's not too terribly slow. It's just max speed, I guess. Max speed Evio. I like how it's called Eviolite. Wait, I just saw that. It's literally nicknamed Eviolite. 40% from that is crazy. Okay. I guess if it's not bulk invested, then like, yeah. Then it kind of makes sense. Yeah, Flash Cannon not gonna do much here. I'm guessing this is not offense. I'm guessing it's like HP and speed or something. Also, yeah, not good SpDef on this. I didn't know. 50 SpDef only. Drain Punch doing 15%. Interesting. Mud Slap. Really? We're doing accuracy shenanigans. Ooh, Screen Cleaner. I don't think I've ever seen Screen Cleaner activate naturally. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen the actual utility of this ability. Very interesting. Bro is just slapping. He's just slapping that one around. Alright. I mean, hey, whatever works. What foul play. Okay, we got the rhyme out again. Ooh, foul play into a Pokemon with -1 attack. That is certainly a strategy. And the Aurora Veil comes back up, and so does the Ice Body. This is certainly causing problems. Because, like, the Mysterious Crime, that's a good nickname. Alright, alright. Yeah, like, the Regice is just recovering here. Like, he's just getting it back. Mr. M being gone means the Aurora Veil stays now. Which is an issue. Calm Mind, huh? Are we just accepting the Mud Slaps? Are we just living with those? Oh, we're not Mud Slapping, okay. We're actually doing damage. Certainly a strategy, certainly a strategy. Okay, yeah, this thing is a fucking problem now. But like, he does still have Flygon left as a physical attacker. If that has a move to hit Sinistra, then it could be problematic. But yeah, he does have to deal with 50% accuracy now, which is not great. But it's also not, like, 50% is not the worst, right? Like, 0% of its health lost. Jesus, I don't think I've ever seen that. Okay, fuck. God damn. Yeah, he's just going like max, just +6, and now he just got a hit. 0.3%. Oh, yeah, okay, 30% accuracy on every move. So basically, wait, so every move is guillotine. And they switched. That's so sad. Every move is no longer guillotine. Oh, does he not have Matcha Gotcha? Oh no. Oh no. That's a problem if he doesn't have Matcha Gotcha. Because I don't think he can unfreeze otherwise. Dude, this Regice is fun. Why did he switch? Why did Bedtime switch? Why didn't he just stay in? Just tank it. Okay, Alcremie out. No Iron Head. Or he wasn't sure it would kill. I guess, yeah, defensive Alcremie can probably take a +1 Iron Head. That's probably the case. I could see it. Why is my fucking chat message not like... Oh, wait. This is not live, is it? I'm a fucking idiot. This is not live. This is a replay. I think I might be an idiot. I think I might actually just... Because I was wondering why they picked their moves so fast. But I guess, yeah, this is a replay. I was fucking commentating this in real time like an absolute idiot. Okay, we got more setup here from both sides. I wonder who's gonna come out on top here. It is live, you just paused it? Wait, are you guys actually just like Oh no, I skipped way too far. I didn't see what happened. Good thing I didn't see what happened. Okay, we're still in. We're still in it. Wait, you have acid armor too? Oh my god, this thing is like omega stored power. Holy shit. Just both defenses to the max. Yeah, no, that's a scary set actually. You have to have haze for that. Even unaware won't save you. Like that is like it's haze or bust, or like I guess toxic maybe. Wait, can you get doesn't this thing have like what do its abilities do actually? I actually don't know. Oof, that's not a lot of damage. Okay, Sweet Veil prevents sleep. Aroma Veil prevents like mental herb stuff. Okay. So yeah, Toxic is like the way to beat this, I guess. Damn, what a battle. GG's Ingo. Can't encore or taunt. Gotcha. That is interesting. Iron Defense Sinister, but I decided for Strength Sap. I don't think I would have saved you. Like, I think the correct play, at least if it would have been me, I would have just never switched out the Sinistra against Regice. Like, I would have just been like, fuck it. All of my moves are Guillotine. They're all Fissure. All of my moves are Sheer Cold. 30% accurate. Who gives a shit? And I would have just, like, kept clicking moves until Regice was dead or had switched. And then I would have switched. Because, like, I feel like switching there just let Regice go ham with Ice Beams. Good battle, though. Good battle. That was very fun to watch. God, I miss Draft. I'm so happy that Draft is back. That was fucking good. I hope you guys saved your replay of this. Surely you saved your replay here, didn't you? Surely you... Yeah, you saved your replay. Let's fucking go. Let's go. I don't have to... That's tech. It sure is tech. That was good. That was a good match. Good match. Very happy about that match. Good live match. How much you can do after it's set up? Yeah. The Duraludon early death was definitely like that was rough to look at. But yeah, that's the draft, bro. We've been here for 2 hours just yapping about the draft. I'm so excited to get my battle started. Sadly, it's not going to be until Sunday, but oh, dude, I don't want to show it because I don't want Whipper to be able to like prepare. But like I talked with Jonah a lot yesterday for like an hour or two, I think, about the Whipper battle and about what I should bring for it. And I do think that I prepped it. Also, thank you, Jonah. Everyone say thank you, Jonah, for not just organizing and helping run the draft, but also making the power rankings. That's so cool of him and so awesome and so cool. And we should all be like, wow, that's so cool. And we should say that in that exact voice. Why is this not have like the correct font? What is the correct font? XO2. I don't have that. Wait. Ah, fuck, that's not what I wanted. Can't I like copy the formatting? Isn't that a thing? Ah, whatever, who cares? It's Score Bunny. Who gives a shit about Score Bunny? You get to delete it anyway. Jonah the GOAT. Jonah the GOAT. Also, hello, Master Emerald. But yeah, I think I personally really like my team. I do think the team has a pretty obvious game plan, but I think it's got options, you know? Cobalion can be a lead Pokemon. It can be a bulky pivot lead. It can be utility. It can be a setup sweeper. It can just be like damage and bulk in the same Pokemon. Iron Leaves, usually going to be some kind of sweeper or wall breaker, but it can do that in a lot of ways. You can do Choice Band. You can do Life Orb. You can do... I mean, fuck, I think an Assault Vest set on this wouldn't even be that terrible. Booster Energy, obviously. Like, this thing also has, like, options. Colbur Berry is another one. Or you can do the, like, Anti-Bug Berry if you want to live a U-turn. Guzzlord, surprisingly good, like I said. I've been using this thing and it has some sauce. Uxie is just... Dude, I never knew how fun Uxie was to use. Like, honestly. You have so many set options. It's got such fun utility. It's so bulky. It always lives ahead. Weezing, I'm, like, not sold on. I feel like this thing suffers from, like, 4 move slot syndrome. And I am terrible at like, knowing when to click Pain Split. So I do have to, like, be careful with this, but it's good practice, you know? Blastoise, spin, flip turn. But, like, I'm just so happy. I have never gotten to use Nihilego, ever. Do I want to, you know what? This is a yapping stream. I might as well just do more yapping. Why not? We're just going to be yapping today. I'm going to talk about my incredible relationship with the Pokemon Nihilego. So, the story, yeah, we're going to tell the story. Ikaro knows what's up because he knows the character that I'm talking about. So, fun fact about me. My favorite Pokemon has always been Dunsparce. Basically always. I've always loved Dunsparce. But a good while ago, at this point, it was like, God, when did I join the server bedtime? I don't want to say the name because I don't want to, like, I don't know, get people to rush there or whatever. Do you know it was like 2019, 2018? I think it was 2019. Or was I still in school? I don't remember. I think it was 2019. You fuck, you can say it. No, just because I just in case. But like either way, I joined like a good while ago. It's been like a long time since I was on that server. It's been like a good 3 or 4 years since I was there. But I had a character there. His name was Ernest, shortened to N. Let me get some art. Let me get some art of this character. Where's my art folder? My big Ernest folder. Do I have any art of young Ernest? I don't actually do. Which is funny because his name is Ernest Young. That's like his actual name. I don't think I have any young art of him. I think it's all when he was an old man. Yeah. I guess you don't get to see any young art of him. 2019? Damn, it's so long ago. But this character, this young Ernest Young, very fun character to play. I really enjoyed him. But back then I wasn't really that good at role-playing, right? Like I kind of just like went along, didn't really understand the rules of that particular universe, you know? And one thing that happened is that my character's whole deal is that he was a ranger, right? Like a Pokemon ranger. He didn't like capturing Pokemon, and he didn't like battling that much. He mostly, like, how do I say? Like, he captured Pokemon only when necessary, and he was good at training Pokemon. That is a thing that he was very good at. He was exceptional at, like, training Pokemon to do certain behaviors, which, to be fair, does include battling, which is why he did eventually become a battler. Yeah, the Swamp Man. His territory, I always said, was like a specific swamp on that server. I remember writing up like a full ecology guide. I looked up like how mangrove swamps in real life work to figure how to write like a good ecology guide for the Pokemon. I think that's where honestly, that's maybe where my whole channel started. I'm gonna say it. I think that's where my channel started. I just gotta do something quickly with my phone. 1 second. Okay, just had to calibrate it because I had to plug it in and then, yeah. But that was when like I did like my first Poke ecology thing essentially. But one fateful day, there was like a criminal going around and my character fought him. And I'm always of the opinion that it is generally like funnier to let randomness decide certain outcomes. Because I feel like if you let, if you're leaving everything up to a character's skill, like how good they are at stuff, you're gonna end up with like a very boring character that doesn't have any flaws and is not very realistic. It doesn't matter how good you are at climbing the stairs. If the stairs are wet, you can slip, right? Like that's kind of my prerogative when it comes to role-playing. But in that specific situation, I rolled a die to figure out if my character was dodging a Mega Gyarados Hyper Beam that was coming straight at him, and I rolled like a 2. And I was like, okay, I guess he takes it. And the DM running the event was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, fuck it, like, do whatever you need to do. And what ended up happening is that because he fell like straight into the swamp water, his arms that he like blocked the hit with were so beyond salvaging that they had to be amputated. So this character had no arms. Now, notably, this server had like 1970s or 1980s technology. So it was not, I didn't get to have like ultra high-tech Pokemon prosthetics or something. So what instead I got were prosthetics that were essentially like just like metal arm-shaped things, and then like a telepathic Pokemon would have to like read my thoughts on what I wanted to do with them and then control the arms using Psychic. or telekinesis or whatever. Which is not a very fast way to move your arms, you can imagine. So for the most part, he just didn't really get to have arms. And that drove him a little bit crazy. It drove him a little bit insane. It drove him a little bit cuckoo because he couldn't really do his job anymore. He couldn't really do anything. And what ended up happening is that during, like around that time, Ultra Beasts were discovered, like in the server's lore. And my character got a little bit obsessed with the idea of like getting a Nihiligo that he could fuse with to get arms again. This was the character, by the way. This is a character. Just a little bit obsessed. Little bit obsessed. Just a little bit like full batshit insane. This was him like a little bit younger, but still post-arm removal, I guess. You can see the arms here. By the way, his partner Pokemon, originally it was actually a Chingling, which he kept for a while, but that like stuff happened. The first Pokemon he actually caught was a Ralts, a shiny Ralts, that I got during an event, and that kind of became his cool ass partner Pokemon. Yeah, the Reggie arms, because basically there was another event where my character like quote unquote met Registeel, and the Registeel like gave him like arms that had like no delay on them. But that was post prison. So this art is technically not accurate in terms of timescale because he looks way younger. So what my character did when he went insane is he went to like the Ultra Space Research Institute and tried to like at night like infiltrate it and get into Ultra Space to get a Nihiligo. He failed horrendously because obviously there's security, but it made him go to jail for I think like 20 in-game years, which meant for essentially a year I could not play the character. Like one real life year I couldn't play the character. And when he came back, because I will say at the time I was kind of mad about it because I felt like I got kind of slighted by the DMs, like they gave me like way too harsh of a punishment. But in hindsight, I just roleplayed it really badly. And I did kind of deserve it because I went like way overboard. Or like, rather my character went way overboard like in universe to not get those punishments. But after that, after the like time skip, this character became like my favorite character ever. Because all of his Pokemon were taken away. And he was very, very attached to his Pokemon. So he had to spend a lot of time convincing the government, because he was like out on parole, and convincing his like former friend that he was like sane enough to get his Pokemon back. There was like a whole scene where he got his Gallade back, which was very, very emotional. I really loved it. He also got Mega Gallade at that point. And I got to do a lot of cool things with this character, like having him, you can see it in this art, but like, the idea is that when the Gallade Mega evolves, like it gets to control his arms and they like fight together. They do like cool martial arts stuff. I don't know, I really like this character. He became like an old man, wise old guy who was like telling people to not follow their impulses and, you know, that they should learn from his mistakes. I really liked him. I'm glad I got to see him like grow old essentially. But the problem is that he still never got a Nihiligo. Like, that part of the plot never resolved. And when I got the chance for it, here's the thing about it, right? And I think that part was actually kind of fucky, is that the DM specifically in charge of the Ultra Space Research Center thingy was, like, not active on the server, like, at all. Which meant that if you wanted something Ultra Space related, you kind of didn't get to, because that character owned it, and the person who played the character was like never online and never responded to anything. And I feel like they didn't like me, and I don't know why, because I like never talked to them or never knew them. And I was waiting for like confirmation to get a certain event where I could meet or get a Nihiligo for genuinely like 1 or 1.5 years, and I never got confirmation on it. And like just a lot of back and forth. Dude, one time I met that character was online, and like the player in charge was online, and my character like confronted them in person, because obviously like time on the server keeps ticking. So if I don't get an event, it just looks like that character is in fact like dono-walling my character like IRL, or like in character dono-walling me, and my character confronted them And they like logged off and was like, oh, that's not okay. It's like, bro, I'm waiting here for like a character arc that you're not giving me. And all you need to say is like, yes or no. And then they just said, no, you don't get to have one, because I guess they got annoyed of me. And I was like, oh, so I just don't get to have my fucking character arc. And a bunch of other stuff happened on the server that was like annoying me, because then I also became like an event team member. Like I ran some events and I felt like there was just a lot of problems underlying in the server that I just was not a fan of. So at some point I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna leave the server anyway. So I'm gonna just... like a lot of my friends left the server with me together. And what we essentially did was like, we gave our characters like send-offs. And mine was that because my friend was also an event team member, so he like could give me the event to run. Essentially what my character did was like get sucked into ultra space and get like fused with a Nihiligo, like actually in the lore. So technically I got to have this. I technically got to have it, but like in reality I didn't, because I didn't actually get to play with the character in this state, you know? Like I didn't really get this. Not actually. So, and mainly like to get back to topic, yeah, N is still out there. Look, this is like the post, like this is, in my opinion, in my headcanon, where the character is at now. He's chilling in ultra space. He's fine. He did not fuse. He just got cool jelly arms. And he's hanging out with the cool... I commissioned like a whole Nihiligo like special for me, by the way. Let me see if I have like just the art of that. Like alone. I think I do, don't I? I should. Yeah, there it is. The Nihiligo Earnest reskin. Because I was like, I really like how the Nihiligo looks on specifically the like Lusamine fusion, like the color scheme. And the idea is like that this Nihiligo here is very, like it looks like that. It's just like a genetic, like it's like being like albino or being like having like a skin condition or something. Like it looks like a fused Nihiligo, but it isn't. So people would be very scared of it, and people are also very scared of my character, even though he's not actually that bad, because he's just associated with that. And, you know, I felt like there could be like some cool kinship here, and it never got to happen. And I never got to actually have a Nihiligo like in my team, which is that's like the whole problem to me, is that like, despite me in the end getting like an actual send-off, sort of, I never got to have a Nihiligo in my team to use for gameplay purposes. And that's what fucks me up, is that I never got to have that, right? That's what's annoying to me. I never got to have the actual Pokemon to use mechanically. And that's why I'm very excited to be able to use it in the draft, because it's legitimately the first time that I get to use this, and I'm so excited about it. The DM in charge was kind of, yeah, if I was, yeah, you would have just cut off his legs instead. Yeah, see, the fact that the DM in charge just completely ignored me, like, it just, the problem is that it, like, fucked up my character arc, because it was, like, meant to be something interesting that happens to them at, like, the end of their parole, to, like, be, like, a redemption thing. But because the other person was in charge, like, it just ruined the entire plot line. It was so boring. Character could still be amazing if whoever ran the Pokemon, if it was ran a Pokemon role-playing campaign. I disagree. I think this character... Listen, it sucks that the character didn't get the story I wanted. It didn't get, like, what would have made the most sense because of, like, a DM who was just being, like, frankly, just not attentive and, like, being negligent. But this is not a character I will ever revisit. I will never make, like, a second version of Ernest, because I feel like I have done everything I possibly can with this character. Like, genuinely, if I were to, like, revive this character as, like, an alternate version or whatever, like a younger version, it would just feel wrong. Like, this is a completed character. I played this character for, I think, 3 or 4 years of my actual real life. I got to see him age from, like, age 25 to 80 or something. Like, he died as an old man. He did all the stuff he needed to. He's a finished character. I do not want to bring him back. He can rest. Nihiligo's eyes at the bottom. The special, the like Lusamine form has, not the normal form. Also, hi Lotus. Hello. How's it going? It's gone okay. Just yapping today. Now that the DM is gone, the Ultra Space Research Institute has done more in the past of their entirety. More than in the past of their entirety. Yeah, fuck, I wonder why. I wonder why. If you have a... Geez, if you have a DM in charge of a very important thing, and they're never there, but they also don't want to leave the thing behind because they're, like, too attached to it. Yeah, nothing's gonna happen with it. I fucking wonder. This was, like, an issue I just had with the server in general, is that, like, the server had existed for a long time. It's at this point probably, like, 15 or 20 years old or something. Like, it's an old running server. And that means that a lot of the old heads, like the players who have been there for a while, they're very attached to certain characters, and they're very attached to, like, certain parts of the server being theirs. Because, you know, back in the day, when it was just like a map that you could build on instead of like a map that had no building enabled, it's like they just got to like claim land and build on it and do like Minecraft stuff. And like, I get that you're attached to that, but to me, it's an issue when it like kind of breaks the immersion. When things happen like, oh, there's like a few characters who are basically immortal. Like literally they're like 250 years old or something. And you in character, like your character has to just say, oh, that doesn't interest me. I don't care about immortality. Like that can't be a plot point because out of character, you know it's not. You know the only reason that this is a thing is because these guys, like they say it. They're like, yeah, these are old characters. They had a magic thing happen to them because we wanted them to stay alive because we don't want to give them up. And like, that is so immersion breaking because you're like, okay, I don't want to talk too badly about people there, but like, there's one thing specifically that super bothered me, which is that one of the DMs had a character. I forget what their name was, but they were meant to be like a superhero, like a Spider-Man type thing. And they had like, they could like transform parts of their body and like have like spectral arms and from the back of their spine or something. And it was like, the whole thing is like, it was meant to be like a superhero joke, right? Because they were just like, oh, I like Spider-Man, so I want to make Spider-Man in this Pokemon server. The problem is that like my character, Ernest, met them and was like, hey, how do you make like arms appear like that? I want to know how to do that. Like if you can do that, that's like incredible. That could help so many like other paraplegics. That could help so many other people with disabilities like have a better life. And like, I don't want to push you, but like this could be so helpful. And they were like, haha, you'll never find out. It's a secret. And it's like, it sucked because like in character, I had to accept that answer because I know that out of character, it's just a joke. It's just like the person wanted to have a Spider-Man, so they made a Spider-Man. And by the way, the answer was that it was like dittos and they were controlling them with telepathy, which I was told is not a thing that you can do, by the way, because I was actually thinking about like, obviously it's like, oh, what if you had like a bunch of like dittos attached to your arms and then you have like another Pokemon in your party that's telepathic, like a Gallade or a Ralts. And then, you know, they do it. But like, no, when I asked about it, that wasn't possible. But yeah, when the fucking guy who'd been there for 13 years and runs like 2 cities wants to do it, like, yeah, then you get to do it. And also it's a secret and also no one gets to know. And also no one else gets to do it. Only they get to do it. Like, fuck that. Like, that was genuinely a moment where I was like, oh, fuck that shit. That's just bullshit. That is just stupid. Also, another thing about that person particularly, I just want to say, this is not a cardinal sin, okay? Because I know a lot of people do this. But it bothered me in the sense that it made me never want to engage with them in roleplay, which is that they always revive the same character. Like there was another person who just had a 250-year-old character, but then this person just every like 70 years just revived the same character. Or not revived, but like just reincarnated them. Like it was same name, same exact look, but like, oh, it's totally a different character. They're just the same character, but like in universe, they're like a different person. They just look exactly like them and have the same personality. And also, yeah, like they just make them again. Like every time they just make them again. And listen, this is something that is, like I said, it's not a cardinal sin. If you have a character you really like and you just want to reuse them, that's fine. But it's so awkward to deal with in universe because you just have to like ignore it. And also, frankly, I don't get the appeal. I don't get the appeal because like they use this character also for like a Dragon Ball RP and for a My Hero RP. It's like, why do you just want to have the exact same character every time? Like, it's just, dude, are you not sick of it? Do you not want to tell like a different story every now and again? Like every time I went to RP with him, it's just the same person. Like, do you have no like variety? That was again, if you want to revive the same character over and over again, fucking fine, but like, holy shit, man, it got so boring. Every character is just Terra, yeah. Oh, God. They could have just been like, hey, I lost in restore. Yeah, like, I don't know why you wouldn't just do that. To be fair, this is a thing that I don't actually know if it's true, but I'm pretty sure I was told by one of the DMs himself that, like, one of the reasons that they've never done and they're never going to do, like, a reset of the world of that server, even though it's, like, I'm sorry, just way too old. Like, it has way too many plot holes, way too much, like, old magic that went on back in the day when they didn't, like, write the plot properly. Is because they were like, well, if they reset the world, I'm just gonna leave. Because then I don't get to own, like, these 2 cities anymore, and that's, like, kind of all I care about. And I'm like, I'm sorry, that just, like, seems kind of... selfish, as I guess the right word. Like, if you're gonna have the server open to the public, then you shouldn't have, like, a 2-tier system where, like, the entire world gets made shittier because, like, 5 people who have been there since day 1 want to, like, own shit and would leave otherwise. And, like, I get it, it's supposed to, like, they're, like, the OGs, they want it to be fun for them, but, like, then my question is, like, why even have people join the server? Like, if you're gonna have, like, an old world that doesn't make sense within itself, and you just want to, like, do the same stuff over and over again, why even open the server to the public? Because, at least from my point of view, I've always felt like you had, like, the same 5 to 7 old heads, and then, like, a revolving door of new players who join and try to do cool shit, and then get told you can't do cool shit, only the old heads can do cool shit, and then they leave after, like, 1 or 2 years because they realize, like, oh, I can't actually do anything on this server. All of the cool stuff that I'd want to do is reserved for the DM characters because they want to do the cool stuff. And it's... like, that just bothered me. You could have fun stories, you could have, like, fun character drama, you could do cool things in the world, but as soon as you wanted to do things that actually impact the world, that actually change things, because you see things happening that could change things, it's only ever allowed to happen to the old heads. And that to me was, like, one of the things that made me, like, if I'm there for, like, 3 or 4 years and I become, like, an event team member and I'm like, my character's story is integrated with other characters' stories, and my character is, like, already kind of supernaturally powerful, and, like, he's just not allowed to go to Ultra Space, like, once. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be kind of miffed by that, because only like, the OGs get to do cool stuff, I guess. They get to, like, be all the inventors and invent stuff, and it's so frustrating. Like, just as an example here, right? I get that Pokemon logic can be hard to roleplay around, but when you have things like, oh, we want to introduce, like, a new technology, we want to introduce, like, a new kind of Pokeball or whatever, then it's like, okay, you could let the player, like, you could give a player that opportunity, but then they never did. It's always like, the player plus a DM character, or just a DM character, gets to discover something, or invent something, or do something cool. What do you want, Mooley? You're just yelling, Look. Come here. Come here. Come hop up. Hop up here. Look, I have one last piece of snack. Will that sate you? Will that satisfy your infinite screechings? Snack? Look. Look, Mooley. You fucking dumbass. Look up. Smell. You're actually an idiot. Holy shit. Look. Snack. I'm holding it up to your nose. Now come up here. She actually is an idiot. Holy shit. She just didn't notice it. Do you not want the snack? You're just yelling for no reason. Okay, look, you can have a piece of snack. And then the rest I have up here in my lap, where you have to go to stop screaming. Snack? Come up here. You have to come up here for snack. But yeah, I always hated that, because I always felt like, even if you think like, oh, I'm gonna be like, oh, in order to do cool things, you need to not just be like a player who's around for a long time. You also need to be a member of the event team and like show that you can handle the universe's lore with responsibility. But even that's not enough. No, you just have to be one of the old heads. Like you just don't get to do cool stuff as a player who joined past 2015, essentially. That was just kind of the rule, and it got so annoying to me that I just left. Because after like 3 or 4 characters on that server, I was just like, I don't get to do anything besides be like a foil for the characters who get to do cool stuff. Anything you get to do is just like cute interpersonal drama, and then whenever an apocalypse happens, the 250-year-olds come out to play. And that just bothered me. And I left, and that's why. I don't know. Maybe it got better, but I feel like I genuinely think until that world has like a hard reset, like just fully back to like, they just kill all the characters, they just reset the lore back to 0, rebuild it from first principles, I think that server will forever just be like a revolving door of players. Wooly, what are you doing? What is so interesting about the trash can? You're not even like at the interesting smelling part, you're just on the metal of it. Wooly, look. Wooly. Come, look at me, you fucking idiot. Look, snack. Come up here. Come up here first. Okay, you're just being an idiot. Why are you like chirping, by the way? Cats are not, cats meow, you know that, right? Cats meow? Look, and snack. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? I love your yapping, it works as background noise. Don't stop yapping. That's good to know, I guess. That's so real. We wanted people to work on Genesec for years and no one's ever tried for it. Well, yeah, because when they do, it's like you don't get to do anything. Listen, I still remember the whole debacle that happened when I wrote a fucking paper about the Galar fossils, and I was told like, oh, it's way more interesting than they're just ultra beasts. It's actually way more interesting. I was like, okay, you're telling me it's more interesting. So I'll put in the work. I'll analyze the data you gave me. I'll do all the work. And then I was told, oh, you may have done all the work, but we want other people to be involved. So it's not just your project, because that would be unfair to other people. And then no one put in any work. And then after like, I think 7 or 8 months, I left the server by then. And then they were just like, oh yeah, they're just ultra beasts. The Galar fossils are just ultra beasts. They're ultra beasts. And I was just like, okay, so it was not actually any more interesting. And the only reason you revealed it is because no one gave a because you were like, oh no, we want people to put more work into it. And it's like, well, I did all the work already. I did the work both in and out of character. What are other people supposed to do? And they were like, well, we just want other people to be involved in the project. And then when I left, they were like, well, I guess no one's working on this anymore, so we'll just have one of the fucking DM characters reveal it. We'll just have one of the old heads reveal it, because that's just how they do it. They're just like, oh, damn, none of the players think they can work on this, because whenever players try to work on something that's like impactful, they get told off, or they get told that more work needs to be done. And then when they leave or get disinterested, we just have one of the DM characters do it, because that's just how we do it. And that just reinforces that normal characters can't do anything. Yeah, I wonder why. Fuck, man. I still can't believe that happened. You know how much fucking work I put into that document? That fucking document of like, my character was analyzing soil samples. I was learning about like trace fossils and coevolution and convergent evolution. I was making a fucking study on those things. I wrote it like a 4 or 5 page Google document, and then the answer was that they're ultra beasts. And it didn't even make sense with the data we had, by the way. The data that I had been given didn't even make sense with the idea that they were ultra beasts. The most boring shit ever. And because of that, by the way, I had fucking commissioned, let me actually show them off, because I want to show them off now. I had commissioned custom sprites for the Galar fossils that I thought would have been so cute and so awesome. Look at them. Look at these guys. and I never got them. These were put into the fucking server as textures, like in their texture pack, and I paid for them. And because it took so long, because they were like, no, we want other people to work on it. But as soon as you get like 1 or 2 more characters working on it, then it'll get done. Nothing, I never got them, and they never happened. And I also never got to use these Pokemon in like a real team. I got to use Dracozolt. Dracozolt I've used in like OU. I have so much like repressed anger about that server. But yeah, the crux of the story was that's why I never got to use Nihilego. That's why Nihilego was never a Pokemon that I got to mechanically use. It's forever been like my Pokemon that like has escaped my grasp. It's very unintentionally similar to the Lusamine story, where she's like, I need that Pokemon, and you go crazy over it. We love Dracozolt. We do. Would have been such a good Pokemon for Stein, but I've talked about Stein before. I'm not gonna relitigate the awesome best character ever, just over and over again. That doesn't need to happen. That's fine. Forever cursed with wanting cool Pokemon but never getting them. Nihilego and the Dracos. Yeah. But I don't know. I may sound like I'm still angry over it, but I have gotten past it. Like, I think sometimes it's just fun to complain about things. You know, sometimes that's just a fun thing to do. But yeah, like I said, I have been like almost wanting to rejoin that server, but at the same time, like, I kind of don't. Because like, even if they're like switching to Cobblemon now, like, that's cool and all, but dude, being a European on that server was fucking impossible. All of the events always started at like 11 p.m. or like 1 a.m. and would last until fucking 6 a.m. Like, you cannot have a sleep schedule on that server. Come back in one Arceus and leave, and then everyone else will get it by next week. That's honestly so true. I'll go there and be like, guys, can I have Zeraora? And then they'll just make it happen. But like, not for me, like only once I leave again. It's the trick. It's the awesome trick, guys. It's the best trick. Yeah, I don't know. I have good memories from that server. I do. I don't want to say like I don't. But like, so, the frustrating stuff that happens is just very frustrating. That guy's in, if I recall. I think so, yeah. I remember part of the event being like, so, why am I saying if I recall? I made the events for it. So I remember there was one time when I think it was the mega event for Stein, if I remember correctly. She was getting her like mega Steelixite, and we were like in a cave, and the DM told me, like, the DM was like prepping a message, and I was like, you know, looking around in character, because standing around in Minecraft while nothing is happening is really boring. And I walked into the next room because that's what my character was doing, but I walked slightly too far and saw like a statue of Zeraora, and then the DM got so mad about it that they like canceled the event right then and there, and were like, no, we're not doing this anymore. It's like, Jesus, sorry, I'm sorry I walked ahead like 5 more steps than you expected me to. Fucking put the statue down afterwards, I guess. Like, well, fucking, why, like, I don't know why it was such a big deal of like, oh no. Yeah, no, that happened. They like not the mega event, by the way, they canceled the Zeraora part of the event. And like, I get it, there was like a problem with players like walking too far ahead in an event and like seeing stuff that they weren't supposed to yet, but I like that one actually fucked me up a little bit, because I was like, that is like actually unnecessary. Because number one, I'm an event team member, I get it, like, sorry, but I didn't break some faux pas. I walked ahead like 5 more steps because the Pokemon was like hidden behind like a nook. And like, yeah, if I positioned myself in a way that I could see the Pokemon, like, fucking, that happens. And like, I don't give a shit about Zeraora, by the way. I don't like Zeraora. It's like one of the most I'm indifferent about this Pokemon. But that to me was one of those moments like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, yeah, normal people don't get to do things because fucking, if you make the DM slightly annoyed, they're gonna be like, oh, this is so bullshit, and then they leave. And it's like, I don't know. Like I said, there's just so much in that server where like, I loved all of the like, you just log on at like 5 p.m, you see who's online, You just have your characters interact a little bit, yap a little bit in character. Like, the slice of life stuff on that server was, like, always amazing, right? Like, I feel like it depended, actually, I don't want to say always. It depended on, like, who you're role-playing with. But, like, a lot of the time, the slice of life was just really good. But, like, the events that were necessary for character progression, so things like megastones, things like mythicals and legendaries, things like big story events, I feel like those are what I look back on with the most disdain. Because, like, you just can't have a big story event with, like, 20 people present in a text RP that works. Like, you just can't. It just isn't possible. Like, the base structure of it just doesn't function. And when you have, like, 3 people willing to run mega events, but, like, 60 players who want a megastone, like, yeah, you can't give every player, like, yeah, of course the waitlist is gonna be, like, a year, but then the problem is because time progresses in universe, like, that means that if the player can't have their mega, they can't do the gym challenge, or they can't fight the Elite Four, they can't join battle things because everyone else is a mega and they don't, and that doesn't really make sense and it makes them weaker. It's just stupid. Like, there's just so many structural failures with that server, which is why I'm saying, like, the server just needs a reset. Like, that is still my opinion. Because you need, like, a lot of the structures, not just in terms of story and, like, the physical, like, Minecraft world that the setting is in, but also just, like, the way that events are ran and the way that the story is told just do not function on the scale that the server was when I left. I don't know if since then it's gotten smaller or if it's around the same size still, but if you've got, like, 20 players or, like, 25 players online at any given point, you can't do anything. It's not possible. Because if you're running an event with, like, 20 players there and it's, like, story relevant, all you're essentially doing is having the players watch. Because of course they can't do anything. Like, of course they can't. If you have, like, a battle, like, any time that there was, like, a big battle in an event against some legendary or some boss, you'd have, like, 20 players all attacking with their Pokemon. And, like, yeah, first of all, like, it makes each turn take, like, 30 minutes, but also, like, you don't get to do anything. Like, I remember there was one event where it was, like, 5 players, by the way. I think it was 4 or 5 players battling at the same time against, like, one big boss. I think it was, like, Regice or Articuno or something. And my character spent 3 turns setting up sword stance in universe, like, in, like, an RP battle, and then attacked. And, like, it just didn't have an effect. Because I realized, like, after I became an event team member, like, yeah, when you're having a battle like that, all you're really doing is, like, spending an amount of turns battling that seems realistic, but, like, none of the stuff that people do matters, right? Like, there's always some bullshit going on that denies things like Destiny Bond from working, or, like, battlefield-wide effects like Perish Song. There's always some bullshit that just, like, makes it not function. So, like, you're just waiting out an amount of turns and none of your, like, RP messages actually matter. And it just means that, like, yeah, the only time that you get to do stuff where your character feels important is slice of life or events that are planned specifically for you. And those don't happen often. Like, it just doesn't. I don't know what, you know? It just doesn't. Man, ET was just understaffed and underplanned. Yeah, dude, it was so rough when I was an event team member. The planning is so bad. Because, like, again, the event team was, like, the 4 to 6 old heads. And then, like, whoever was event team from the normal players would be running all of the, like, grunt events, essentially. Like, you'd be going out of your way to, like, run small little events for players who were online at the time, setting up little fun surprises for them. And, like, dude, as a player and hearing from other players, people loved those events. Like, if you notice that there's someone in, like, on, like, the volcanic island, like, just doing stuff, like maybe farming some item or, like, trying to like EV train or whatever, and you stop by invisible and write like a world message, and, like, they perk up and they're like, oh shit, oh fuck, something's happening just for me. Like, it doesn't have to be big and planned out. Just, like, have, like, a horde encounter. You're like, oh, you've aggravated a wild horde of mag mortar. And that's the event. Just see where it goes from there. You don't need to plan anything. And like none of the old heads ever did that. They just did their fucking huge events that they would plan out where only their characters got to do cool shit and everyone else was like just a spectator basically. And then they would act like miffed when people didn't care because like, yeah, of course people didn't care because they didn't get to do anything. And they would act miffed when people would try to like take charge because that ruins the event that they planned. Like, I genuinely think that that server would be better off just not having big story events. Or if they happen, they should happen as results of those smaller events. Like, I think the Hoopa event, that was like when I left, so I don't know how it played out. But I think the Hoopa event was like kind of planned out like this, where like you would have like Hoopa show up randomly when people were role-playing. Like... or like just the Hoopa rings would like cause shenanigans. And then that would eventually culminate in like a big event that would be like plot relevant. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I love surprising people with a bombardier, dropping rocks on people and killing them. See, that just sounds fun. Like that's... the server just shouldn't have had like server-wide story events. It should have just been all slice of life. The fact that they tried to have like Armageddon, like fucking Avenger level threats every few months, it just doesn't fucking work. It just doesn't. Like, I'm sorry. It doesn't work with the amount of players that are there. It doesn't work with the story structure that most people experience. Because like, if you, the trick to having fun on that server that I learned with my second character is to just not care. Like, don't go to the story events. Don't try to get involved. Don't try to invent anything. Don't try to, like, literally just like run a store and be like your own little event team member. Because if you're running a store for something interesting, you essentially can run the event that happens there because it's like a small thing and you don't need like a member of the event team to like greenlight it or whatever. You can just be like a person. And like, I genuinely think that's the only way to have like long-term fun on that server, is to have like a character that's unique enough to carry a scene and have a store or like another location that is like yours in a way, where you can run the world yourself, where you can... So another example was my character Ernest, the old guy. He had a place in the swamp. There was like a hollowed out tree log that he used as like a training camp. Is that actually still there? Bedtime, can you tell me if his like little swamp hobo like hobble is still there? Because like that was one of my favorite places to hang out. Because I would essentially have Ernest be role-playing as like, because he's like the ranger of the swamp, the wild Pokemon kind of trust him. And he would always specify like, if you're here, don't use Pokeballs. You can't catch anything here. You may catch things if they approach you and want to be caught, but there's no battling here to catch things. That's not allowed. But it was like his little training outpost, and I eventually like built stuff there, like not like a building, but like a fence and like a tent and like a training dummy, and that was it. And whenever people visited, I would have them like experience the like wild Pokemon, and like Ernest could give them little training tips, or they would have like picnics or something. And it's like just having your little space felt like the only way to have like long-term fun on that server without feeling like your character isn't doing anything. Because they aren't doing anything, but you have to like make that feeling go away. Essentially, you know? Probably not in Common, but I can rebuild it there. I mean, you don't have to, because like at this point, Grandma Audino is like definitely certainly dead, and I doubt that there was anyone around to like keep up the rule of like no Pokeballs, so I doubt that the wild Pokemon are still like friendly and like approachable there, because they would once again be scared of being battled. The one thing, if you do want to rebuild it, would be the shrine, because he did put the Shrine of Mew there, and I think that could be interesting. I think that might be a nice, like if you can put like a dilapidated, like super old shrine that has like almost fallen apart, I think that would be like a nice, like just knowing that that's still there, you know? I think that could be nice. Because I spent a lot of time on that shrine. Dude, I did so much like little tiles, or what was it called? Was it little tiles or was it something else? I forget what the mod was called, but like there was a mod where you could like make like build with little like 16 by 16 blocks, like yeah, and yeah, chisel and bits. And chisel and bits also allowed you to make armor. And dude, I took like full-on commissions for money eventually because I made so much chisel armor. Is my chisel room still there? Genuine question. Because I never took screenshots of all of the stuff I made. Okay, genuine question bedtime, if you're like up for it. If you can find my chisel room, could you take screenshots of all the stuff there? Because I never did, and I would kind of like to have them saved. Because some of those chisels I'm like really proud of, actually. Like the Stack Attack hover bike that I made that I also never got to use, but whatever. Chisels died in 1.212. Yeah, that's fair. It was a shitty ass mod. The mod that I use nowadays is it's called like, we had it on my Cobblemon server that I had for a little bit. Armorer's Forge or something? Which was, it just felt like Chisel and Bits, but like good, without all the jank. You can go to the 1.12.2 version. Hey, if you're up for it, if you wanted to send me some screenshots of all the chisel stuff, that would be nice. I don't like need it, but I think it'd be a nice memory, because I put a lot of effort into some of those. And yeah. I think one of the big issues is also that I don't have my personal world anymore, where all the like work in progress ones are, which is, those are nice to look back on, like seeing like sometimes like 10 attempts it took for a chisel version to get good, but remind me after the 8th of next month. I probably will forget, but like, yeah, maybe someday I'll remind you if you're like available. But yeah, that was pretty fun. What is that mod called though? Is it Armorer's Forge Minecraft? Armorer's Workshop, that was the mod, Because like honestly, this mod is like hype. Let me pull it up quickly. Where is it? There it is. Armorer's Workshop. There it is. Let me full screen that shit. And put myself... Oh, I locked myself down. Damn. Put myself back over here. This mod, I put it on my common server, is like what I wish the chisel armor was. Because you have so much more freedom. You can make shit so big. You can't scale it down, but honestly, the scaled down armor always looked like ass, in my opinion. Like, you can do so much cool stuff with this mod. It's so hype. There's like specific blocks for glowing and for liquid. Oh, it's so good. I remember using this on the Cobblemon server that I hosted for a little bit to make those like those statues that I put in my like arena of it. Like this is such a good mod. You say on the Discord, check without even talking, we are playing. I think wait, what do you mean like what's changed? Because I think you told me what's changed, right? Like it's just like they're moving Cobblemon, right? Did they already finish the move? I don't remember. But yeah, no, this mod is fucking awesome. When I found it, I was like, this is going in every mod pack because it's actually fucking up to date. And even cooler, first of all, you don't have to do some weird fucking shenanigans where you like import and export like giant strings of text or however the fuck it worked. I don't remember how like importing chisel armor worked, but I know it was fucking horrendous, okay? The nice thing here is there's a block. Okay, it's not shown here. But there's literally like an item that lets you like store armor you make on your computer, like your physical computer, and then like if you have it stored in like the mod folder essentially, you can use it in like a server. Like if you have the permissions for it, if you have the perms, you can export those armors back on a server. And another cool thing, you can even model over like weapons and tools. So you can have like a functioning bow that I don't know if there's a bow shown here. Oh, I don't think there is. But I guess we can show sword. Like this is probably like a diamond or netherite sword. And it has the stats of a diamond or netherite sword. And it functions like it. But it just has the different model, right? It's so fucking good. Like, it's genuinely so amazing. This works with bows. This works with arrows, by the way. You can make custom modeled arrows for your custom modeled bow, and they'll just function like arrows. This works for tipped arrows. Like, it's so fucking cool, man. This mod is so good. I genuinely love this mod so much. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, and the stuff that I talked about with like, oh, you can like, there's like a block, like a library block or whatever that you can use to like import, export things. There's also an online library of stuff you can like, I don't know if it's shown here. I think you get to it from in-game, but there's like an online repository where people can like upload their creations, and then if you like, you want to have like a cool looking sword, but you don't want to make one, you can just download one. And then just use that. It's so good, man. I love this mod. Go put this mod in every mod pack. Oh, and even though it is, I would say that this mod is less powerful for building, like if you're wanting to put down blocks, but you can. That is, again, on the Column server, how I did the statues, like the you know those like Gen 1 Rhydon statues that looked like Rhydon or like substitute dolls or whatever? I remade those with this mod, and I was able to place them as like single blocks, you know, like on like a pedestal to get the thing across. I would say that it's more difficult to do it with Armorer's Workshop than it is with like chisel and bits or little blocks. But I also think that that's a good thing, because there's a huge problem with little tiles and chisel bits, which is that if it's too easy to do, everyone is going to build their whole fucking house with little tiles and chisel and bits, and that will lag your server into oblivion after like 2 people have finished their house. So yeah, I think it's kind of fine that this is harder to use for overworld building, because that means people are going to be a lot more thoughtful about it. Because, dude, one thing I remember on Toro, like the server, is the fucking the cleanses of little tiles or chisel bits and like Pixelmon statues that were left around just causing lag, just passively existing, like a fucking 600 entities just always being loaded in the world because the statues never unloaded, to a point where we had to take people's privileges away to use the fucking Pixelmon wand to put down statues. That was funny. It was always funny. But also, like, oh, it's such a pain because you have to always do, like, anti-lag measures. And if there's, like, places that are built with little tiles, no amount of anti-lag will save you. Nothing can save you there. Like, you just have to delete the fucking building and start over. And tell everyone that, like, yeah, no, we're just deleting it. Yeah, they just died, so all houses are gone. Yeah, that's probably the better way to do it. Like, honestly, chisel bits just... It just doesn't work for a server of that size. Like, you just can't have it. It's not good. It just causes too much lag. Gonna ask if we can get that mod. Armorer's Workshop, interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting. My inches are all very rested because of that mod. It's so fucking fun. It's also like making armor is just a lot more streamlined because the mod gives you like a ghost outline of where the head is going to be. And you can still scale up and down, by the way. You don't have to make like 16 by 16 or like, what's the size of like a Minecraft? Like a Minecraft head has like 8 pixels. I think it's 8 by 8 pixels. You can scale up and down. You can make like a 4x scaled thing so that it looks a lot smoother. And you will always have like the ghost of the head to show where it would be. If like when you're building it in like a creative world or something, it's really, really nice to build armor with, dude. It's so nice. It's genuinely amazing. Yeah. I think you can even equip like more than one piece of armor for... At least I think that's how it worked. Like you can have like 2 or 3 slots on one part of your body. So if you want like multiple things to move with your head... Dude, you can... This is another thing. You can add animations to your Armorer's Workshop armor. That's not a joke. You can have, like, unironically, you can, like, have one piece of armor be made of multiple different, I guess, like, pieces that you stick together, and you can give each of those pieces like a very simplistic, like quote unquote animation rig, by which I mean like you tell it to like move up or down and also like rotate. So you can have like a bird that flaps its wings and also rotates around your head, or like hovers up and down. Yeah, no, it's, dude, Armorer's Workshop, I only looked into it because of the Cobblemon server that I was running, and that ran for like, what, a month? Dude, if I was on a server, like long term, where that mod was like a mainstay, I would once again, I think, get to the level of skill where I would just take commissions, because, dude, the amount of stuff you can do with that mod is genuinely insane. That's so cool. It fucking is. There's a scary bug in your background. No, it's a cute bug. Look at it. Where is it? Dude, I remember spending so long on these like backdrops for the fucking run and bun video. Just like sitting there in my Monster Hunter World house, just recording things and being like, what's the best endemic life I can put here to make it like have some movement, but like not too much. So it's like cute. There's like stuff happening, but it's not like distracting. You know? Gonna make boob armor that makes my character breastily boop down the stairs. Sadly, the mod does not allow for like reactive physics. Like you would just have a character whose boobs are always breasting bouncily down the stairs. So I don't know if it would be that good for boob armor, to be honest, for adding boobs to your character. I think it would actually be kind of bad for that. Your messages are public? Yeah. We call it the don't you know the public square, okay? The free marketplace of ideas, okay? This is a safe space. This is a safe space to talk about your breast boobing bouncily down the boobs. That's me slapping my boobs, by the way. My awesome, hold on. My awesome breastily boobs. It's so crazy when I look down and I just forget how big they are. Don't get me wrong, they're not like omega big. I don't have like fucking like D cups. But like, I'm still not used to having boobs, and I didn't expect them to get to this size after like a year. And I have an appointment in like 1.5 weeks or like 2 weeks where I'm gonna ask about progesterone, and then my boobs might get even bigger, bigly or bigger, if I get progesterone, which is what I want. And then I could have even more bigly big boobs. And then all I need is my voice to not be the faccent, you know? If I could just not have the faccent, it would be so peak. Something else? Wait. I just want to say, I am almost done with hair removal. Not like fully done, but I had an appointment like 2 days ago, which was for my upper lip. And I only have dark visible hairs left on the left part of my upper lip, and it's not even that many. It's like 35 individual hairs that are dark and visible. Every other hair on my face is like a bright red or blonde hair that you do not see, and also if I shave those, they stay away for like a week. All of the dark hairs that grow quickly and that you can actually see, they're almost all dead. My lip is actually really swollen because last appointment was like, you know, upper lip, and they like yesterday morning and this morning my lip was kind of swollen because of it, because I guess they like popped a blood vessel in like inside my lip somewhere. But dude, I was in so much pain. Like genuinely, I cried like more than a few tears while sitting on that fucking table, or sitting in that fucking chair rather. But holy shit, dude, I'm legitimately almost done with my upper lip. And then I just won't have to shave. I mean, I still have to shave for like all the light hairs, because if those get too long, they're still going to be visible. But like, dude, there's going to be no fucking shadow on my face anymore. There's just nothing. It's just going to be gone. I'll be a smooth boy, and I won't need to wear makeup to hide my my dark hairs anymore. It's going to be so fucking awesome. I'm so excited, because like once that's done, it's literally just my voice, and I could just pass as femme just whenever I want. And then if I don't want to, I'll just put on my deep voice, and then I can dress more masculine, and then I can pass as masculine. Like, I'll have the choice. I can just choose whatever the fuck I want to look like at any given point, and people won't be able to tell. Because, like, my issue is not with trying to look as feminine as possible, but I don't want people to be able to tell that I'm AMAB, okay? That's As long as people are confused, I'll be happy. I just want people to be confused. That's my goal. Oh god, I'm so excited for it. It's so painful. Oh, I don't want to go to the next appointment. It's by the way, with pain numbing cream, I was still crying. And I have good pain tolerance. I've talked about this. I have very good, very, like, a normally high pain tolerance. Probably because of the self-harm back in the day and my emotional detachment from my body. But, you know, very good pain tolerance. I can handle pain. If I'm sitting there with, like, numbing cream applied to my entire fucking mouth and lip and upper lip, and I'm still crying, dude, how do people fucking do this? Every, like, trans girl with slightly light hairs where the lasering doesn't, like, respond has to go through this shit. I feel so bad for them. Holy fuck, dude. It's so not okay. Oh my god. But it's so worth it. It's also so expensive, but it's so worth it. Oh my god, it's so worth it. I cannot wait. My whole life I've been shaving. I've never let my beard grow out. Oh. Pay, can you give me a nickname for one of my draft mod? Thank you for the super chat. Did it work? I don't have... Oh, no. No, wait. No, I don't have the fucking dono scenes on this. No, I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, god damn it. No. I'm so sorry. Oh, I haven't edited this scene in a long time. No. Ah, it didn't even show up on screen. Did it at least play the sound? Please tell me it played the sound. Please. Did it play the sound? Fuck, dude. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, well, what's the Pokemon? What's the Pokemon? I'll still give you your nickname. What's the Pokemon? Just called your doctor. They gave you pain cream instead of numbing cream. Fuck. Well, joke's on you. I just went to my... I almost said apothecary. Fuck, my pharmacy. It's because in German it's Apotheke. So it's like apothecary. Whatever. They gave me the numbing cream. It's not like very strong. It helps a little bit, but the problem is like the numbing cream doesn't really penetrate into your skin that deeply, and if they're taking out like the dark hairs, like the roots of those are pretty deep in your skin. That's why like my lip is swollen, because they probably popped like a blood vessel like deeper into the skin. So yeah. Do you have a nickname theme, Ingo? Do you have like a nickname theme for your Pokemon? Let me look at your draft sheet. See what you have. Let's see what you got. You got a theme, or do you want me to pick the theme? Or I guess I can start the theme by giving it. Okay. I'm going to pick... You know what? Do I want to give you the same nickname theme as me, but for your country? I'm thinking. Okay, so my nickname theme is like things that are typical German, but that are not like noteworthy. You know, not like, oh, what's like a German thing? Like, I don't know, like what's like a very stereotypical, like a lederhosen or something. Or like, oh, Oktoberfest. Like that's boring shit, okay? Some of the nicknames for my Pokemon include Stoßlüften, which is, I feel like people know about that one. I don't think that one's actually too uncommon. But then we have Salatschüssel, because for some reason, basically every German I know has like one specific kind of salad bowl that's made of glass and has like a leaf theme on it. Another one is Waldmeister, which is a flavor that I've only ever seen here in Germany, and I don't think other countries have it. So I think instead of giving you a nickname for one of your Pokemon, I'm giving you the nickname theme. Do that, but for your country. Like things that are from your country, but like they are stereotypical, but they're not like things that people would know as like funny haha jokes, you know? Like if your country was France, you wouldn't say croissant. You would say like, or like cigarettes. Like, I don't know what are things that are like stereotypically French, but like just kind of normal in culture. That's like, I think it's just a good nickname theme. Can you rate my nicknames after pay? You're the name rater. That was an incoherent message, but I can rate your names. Sure, send me a DM. Give me a DM, a demalicious message, A demolition message. That's what DM stands for. A demolition massage. Oh, I could use a demolition massage right now. Hey, can someone like rearrange my entire backside for a moment? Can someone like just rip out my spine? Dude, you know what I would love to do someday, if it's ever possible? My wife often talks about like she would love to be able to like take her eyeballs and like rinse them under cold water. That's something she often talks about. I don't get that one. I understand it, but like I don't personally get that specific feeling. What I do get is I wish I could like take my spine out of my body and just stretch it out fully, crack every vertebra, maybe swing it around in a circle a little bit, and then put it back in my body. And I feel like that would be so good. That would feel incredible, wouldn't it? That can't just be me, right? I think that would just be, oh, it would be so satisfying. Just take it out, just swing it around a little bit. Oh, just thinking about it makes me come. I've been like unusually funny horny the past few weeks, I guess. It's not been like that long, but for some reason I've just been making more horny jokes. Maybe it's just that that's where my comedy is going. That's where my funny bonus, my funny boner, is going. Yeah. Maybe it's just having boobs does that to you or something. Okay, I haven't gotten a message from bedtime about the nicknames, so you're just kind of fucking lying to me. You're just actually lying to me about me rating your nicknames. You're just kind of fucking. You're just not actually doing it. You're just like actually not even doing it. Actually. You're actually not even doing it. Like, actually. It's kind of fucked up. Fun fact about Argentina, pastries here are called facturas, which translates to bills, taxes, just to spy on the government. That's cute. That's awesome. See, that's like a good one. That's one of those good ones where I'm like, I want to like know about your culture through that. Okay, bedtime's nicknames. Let's pull up the fucking draft sheet again. So that we can judge. Let's see, twin needle draft. Okay. Alright, so bedtime's team, here we have it. Okay, so for Rabombi, maybe with 2 E's. I think that's actually really fucking smart because Rabombi is literally like a bee mimic. So it's maybe a bee, it's a maybe. That's clever, I like it. That's really clever. Then we have all lowercase, glug, 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 the araquanid. I like it. It do be drinking. It's always drinking. Dinking is oiter. Nesty. Not a fan of that one. I feel like that one has better potential. I feel like Nesty is like it's just a brand. It's just, I don't know. I don't think I'm a fan. I think you can do better. I think you're smarter than that. I think you're smarter. Then we have Sandathan Shocks. Sandathan Shocks. I want to say Sandaniel would be funnier, but Sandathan is also really funny. I want to also say you could make it longer, but I know that there's an 18-character limit. Sadly, when trying to name my Pokemon after German things, the 18-character limit came in to ruin my fun multiple times, because German words are long. Minecrafty. I feel like Minecrafty would be funnier. I feel like the S kind of ruins it. Minecrafty. I think they both have problems. I think these are both fine. Minecrafty and Minecrafty are both funny. Eviolite for Duraludon I do think is funny because that's the thing. Hydrogen Hydrogen Baby for Swirlix is really good. I'm sad we'll never see it. Mysterious Crime. I do like it. I feel like I had a Mr. Rhyme that I named like... Yeah, no, because I named a Mr. Rhyme Mr. Crime before on another Cobblemon server, where the one where I met Night, the Project Moon or whatever it was called, the Moon Academy, where I met Night. I had a Mr. Rhyme called Mr. Crime. So mysterious crime is good. I like it. I like it. And then we have Mr. Not Fish, the Arctozolt. See, I feel like it's a funny reference, but I also feel like you could do better. I feel like there's more potential here for one of your favorite Pokemon to have like a funnier name. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's bad, but I think there's more potential here. I think for that specific one you can bet. That's my rating. I would say overall I'd give it a. I think overall it gets like a 7.2. That's too low. 7.4. 7.4 out of 10. Overall on your nicknames. I think they're generally pretty good. There's a few ones where I've made some changes. And there's 2 specific ones that I don't like. Where I think they just need changed. That's everything. That's all, folks. That's all, folks. Alright, let me check something quickly. Let me have a look. Because I think I want to end stream right about soon. I'm surprised I got so much yapping done. I didn't think I would have this much to yap about, frankly. I feel like... Oh no, there was one thing left. Okay, I've got some people in the chat right now. I've got some people here. I'm gonna need you guys... Okay, remember, to everyone here, and I mean this is a safe space. No one gets made fun of for what I'm about to ask if it applies to you. Because I need advice on it, okay? Who is anyone here into ASMR? Genuine question, because I need experts. I need expert opinions and expert advice. Because I have been, for a while now, also one second. Sorry, Mooley, I was just getting the blanket off my table. You can go back to sleep. Yes, I'm slow blinking back at you. I have been wanting to like try ASMR just literally like just because. I can't listen to ASMR. It does things to my brain. Parenthesis derogatory. I hate it. I don't like it. I think it's very bad on my ears. It's like a bad stimmy. But I have been told by my wife and by other people that I know who like ASMR that there's like different types of ASMR, and maybe there's some types of ASMR that I could do, that I have like a good voice for it. But I don't know what that means and like what to look for, because they don't listen to those types of ASMR, so they can't really give me good references. So I'm wondering what types of ASMR exist, and how do you make them, and would people like to listen to them? Because like I am not opposed to trying new things. Even because like I have just not really been fully feeling streaming and like making content. I've got like some stuff lined up, but I've got some ideas, but like for the most part, I don't want to say I'm burnt out, but like I'm kind of like, I don't have like a muse right now. So I'm like, fuck it. Why don't I just like try shit? Why don't I just like try random shit? And ASMR could be a random shit to try, you know? Could be a good shit, could be a bad shit. Could be one of those like diarrhea parasites that's going around on the lettuce right now in America. Make sure to boil your lettuce if you're American. But, you know, worth trying. If the lettuce is good enough, it looks good from here. Maybe. You should try it, but I just like loud noises. That's why you watch me. That's why you're friends with me. It's because I am just all loud noises. I don't know. Maybe I should like look at some other like VTuber, like just generic VTuber channels. But like all of those have like horny RP, like horny roleplay ASMR. And I don't know if that like... My wife said that like those are like a very specific niche. That's not like most ASMR. And that a lot of ASMR is like specific kinds of noises that are good for people's brains. Like some people like hairbrushes, and other people like slime, and other people like the cracky things like wax or whatever. And like I don't know what I would be doing, because like obviously I would want to do something with my voice, right? Like I would want to find like a good setting on my microphone to have good, like have the right frequencies be strengthened, and then like read something, you know? Didn't you say you were in a horny comedy mood? Something somehow not even shaking my head, not even committing. I mean, like I'd be down for that, but like there's a difference between like horny comedy and something that's like horny comedy, but like clearly just horny. Like, if you're making like a femboy, like your femboy roommate, like goes home drunk with you or something, like you can have jokes in there, but like we both know what the target audience is. Like, again, I'm not judging. This is a safe space, but like I don't want to do something that's like horny but also funny. I would want it to like trick people into thinking it's a horny, but then it's just a funny, you know? Where like, I don't like femboy roommate, but instead of it going to like, wow, you've always been so handsome, you know, haha. I would be like, you know, I kind of want to share something with you. That the alcohol is like lubricating my brain a bit. Have you ever heard of the lore of Bionicle? And then it's just a 1 hour long video of the lore of Bionicle, but like in femboy ASMR. Your femboy roommate beats you. Your femboy roommate has an alcohol problem and accidentally kills you in like a drunken stupor. And it's just like, I just like record myself stabbing like a watermelon or something. I don't know, maybe. Like, I don't know what I would be reading, right? Because I feel like with ASMR, it's like, there's like two parts to it. Like, on the one hand, you have to like script write and roleplay in a way, but then also it's like the actual auditive art form, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't know what I would, I don't know how I would do that. I just don't know really where to start. But I guess if there's no like ASMR experts in chat, then I can't really femboy gossips what happened at the manicure yesterday. Oh my god, that would be kind of funny. That would be kind of funny, actually. And then whenever it's like, why are you making advances at me right now? I'm trying to have a conversation and you're being like weird. We talked about this. I'm not into you. Like, I just have like stuff like that interspersed. But then people would be like, oh my god, my wonderful rejection fantasy. I don't know. I don't know what I would want to do, okay? I have no idea. There's like stuff that I could do, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm hungry. My wife's coming home soon, and I want to play more Elden Ring because I'm hopelessly addicted to Elden Ring Reforged. I'm on my 3rd character, and I've beaten the DLC, and I've basically 100%ed the base game, and I'm max level, which is level 200 in the mod, and I just have my Redeemer finger active to help people when they get invaded, and my cooperator sign, so I help people with bosses, because that's all my character does now, I guess, because I just like playing the game. I have been thinking that maybe what I could do is I could stream like a hard mode playthrough of Elden Ring Reforged. I mean, Elden Ring Reforged is already hard, but like I could do like an expert difficulty playthrough, because I've been helping someone who is playing expert mode. And dude, okay, we're pulling, never mind, we're not ending stream yet. I keep saying it, but we're not ending stream yet. Let me pull up. Man, making streams without prep is kind of fun, actually. Maybe I should do more like streams that don't have any prep. This shit kind of funny. Can I move my fucking guy? Thank you. So the mod has difficulty options, right? Cool, fun difficulty options. Casual difficulty, which is, you know, if you want to just play the game and have it be easier. Normal mode, which is, I think this is base game technically. I think this is technically base game difficulty. Reforged mode. Default reforged difficulty, no modifiers, but I'm pretty sure this is base game. Maybe. I think so. Adept mode, difficulty higher. You can see more HP, more stamina on the enemies, more attack power, more status build up for you. But the one that I kind of want to try is master mode. So twice the HP on everything. They have 20% more stamina, 30% more damage, essentially. 20% more stamina damage if you're like blocking. Way less poise damage, wait, is that less stance regen? That's weird. Oh, I guess so that they can still be staggered. Yeah, less status build-up received, and less damage from status procs. And hard enemy effects. Oh, also, you get less FP restoration. Less iframes on dodging is crazy. And more status build-up, but the big ones are the hard enemy mode changes. They get like different attack patterns that are just more difficult. What the fuck happened to my chat here? Jesus. Sorry, there's something happened in my OBS here for a second. That was weird. Yeah, they gain faster cancel windows, so they can, like, your punish windows are smaller. And the big one, they will recover HP if you don't hit them for like a few seconds. So that's like a pretty big one, because it means, like it says here, you want to have like an offhand throwing blade or like a short bow or like fast magic or something, so that you can like go to range but then quickly re-engage without having to like get close again, so that they don't just like regenerate HP. So yeah, can't backstab enemies when they're alerted, so you can't just like circle an enemy that is that like has a shield. You can just like walk around and backstab, and you lose more runes for dying, or you lose 10% of your runes when you die. Like, honestly, it's kind of sounds fucked up, but it kind of sounds like fun, you know, like in a way. There's also the co-op difficulties, obviously, which are a good bit harder. Like, these are honestly like a lot harder than base game. Yeah, and then there's the special ones. I was thinking of maybe doing these, because the big one for me would be Dragon Mode, which is essentially like the normal enemies stay normal, so that not every fucking random sewer rat can one-shot you, but the bosses have like all the expert mode changes. There's also exploration mode, which is the opposite, where all the normal enemies are expert mode, but then all the bosses are normal. And then relaxed mode sounds honestly like... I might have my wife play the game in this mode, because you're just kind of a god, and I feel like she doesn't like super hard games, but she like seemed interested in Elden Ring, so I was like, yeah, maybe I'll like have you play it this way. Or something. Type shit. Femboy roommate complains about healthcare for 1 hour. Well, I mean, I guess I couldn't complain about trans healthcare, that's true. Trans healthcare in Germany is still fucking awful. Even if our normal healthcare is at least kind of reasonable. Dude, the fucking... Oh my god, wait, I actually just got an idea. I think I might have genuinely just gotten an idea. Like, unironically, actually, properly, fully. So... I'm pretty politically active in terms of like staying informed. I try to be aware of what goes on in the world, at least somewhat. And I was reading like, oh, Femboy complains about healthcare. There's a thing happening in Germany right now where our Bundeskanzler, our chancellor, instituted a new rule that you have to have like a sick note from your doctor the first day that you're absent from work. Like the very first day you already need a sick note, which doesn't work. Like, just very objectively, it just does not work, because, you know, what if you call a doctor and they don't have an appointment that very same day? What if the doctor is like just completely booked for the entire week? What if you're only sick for like you think you're just going to be sick for like a day or two, but then you're like, well, I have to get a sick note anyway, and then the doctor's like, well, might as well stay home the whole week. That's basically been what's been happening, by the way. People are still sick and like leave for work just as often, but now they, instead of being sick for like a day, they're just sick for the whole week or for 2 weeks, because the doctors are like, yeah, well, I don't want you coming back every day that you were, like, if you're like sick for 3 days, I don't want you being like, oh, I'll probably feel better tomorrow. Like, no, I'm just gonna make you be sick. I'm just gonna like give you sick leave for the entire week so that you don't have to come for more appointments because they're already swamped. Imagine if I did like ASMR videos about like political topics. Femboy complains about the Strait of not the Strait of Hormuz, no, it is the Strait of Hormuz that's closed. Yeah. The Strait of Hormuz closure. Femboy warns you that the Strait of what is it? The Almandab Strait? What is it called again? Fuck. My political knowledge. What is it? The Bab al-Mandab Strait. That one. That's like the other one that Saudi Arabia gets its oil out of. That one is also being currently like threatened to be closed by the Houthis. And that's like another 10% of the world's oil that we're like missing out on. Femboy warns you to like buy rice and buy like non-perishable foods, so that when, you know, the grocery stores stop being able to receive like orders because the trucks can't move because there's no fucking gas, that you won't starve type shit. I could do that as ASMR. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. Things to do without a plan. Streams and roleplay events. Wait, roleplay events? What do you mean roleplay events? How do we go from Pokemon ASMR into Elden Ring? Into the closure of the Bab El Mandab Strait. Also, guys, buy non-perishable foods. I'm actually being so serious here because I've not been doing this and I really need to, like, talk to my wife about, like, hey, I know it's kind of doomerism. I know it's kind of like it seems so far off in the distance, but, like, we should really have, like a small stockpile for, like a month's worth of, like, food. Just rice and, like, canned soup and beans and canned meat. Just shit that's not gonna go bad, and we're just gonna put it in the basement. And, like, some bottled water that doesn't have, like, an expiry date. Like, just stuff to have. I don't think water's gonna be a problem for us because we live next to a river and we have, like, our infrastructure does not require... I mean, fucking everything in the infrastructure requires oil, but, you know... Like, listen, I'm genuinely a bit worried about the state of oil right now. Like, I'm gonna take off, like, the funny gamer persona for a moment and be like, guys, be a little bit politically informed. And I'm not saying to have, like, a doomsday bunker, because doomsday bunkers, like, don't be like a prepper. That shit doesn't work, okay? Being a prepper is not gonna save you from the fucking... from the apocalypse. But having, like a few weeks of, like, food just stocked up in, like, your pantry somewhere that you can maybe share with your neighbors in case they don't have it, that'll get you through, like, a small crisis, okay? And I need to also act upon this advice. And all I'm saying is it looks like we're heading towards a small or very large crisis. And I'm not a fucking politician. I don't know what's happening. But, you know, it's not gonna hurt to just have a little bit of canned food stock. That's all I'm saying. I'm right now doing like a public service act for my viewers, right? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. All right. With that said, though, all pretty related. Exactly. With all of that said, though, I think I am actually going to stop streaming here because it's been like 3.5 hours and I did not think I could go that long. I don't really have many people on Twitch right now, but I do have some people on YouTube, so I'm gonna send you guys, we're gonna do like a pseudo raid, okay? Because Nat, Lotus Nuzlocke, funny Nat man, they're back. What the fuck is that? That's not what I copy pasted. They're back from their little vacation. So they're streaming again. So I'm gonna send you guys over to them. Watch them play Aethermancer, because I'm also gonna be sitting there and watching. And that's gonna be like my pseudo raid here. Just go. I'm sending people from one platform to another. YouTube probably doesn't like that, but I don't know, get fucked. Otherwise they just close the stream and then have like a wank or something. I don't fucking know. Sorry, Mr. YouTube. What can we pay you to continue stream? Say buzzwords. Yo, Buzzwall? Ultra Beasts? I love Ultra Beasts. But nah. Thank you guys for watching. I know today was a bit more yappy, just a little bit chatting, just kind of yapping and vibing and talking draft and all that stuff. I do miss streaming. I just need like a thing. You know, I need like a thing to do while streaming. Like a hyper fixation is what I need. Maybe I'll find one. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Things are kind of up in the air, so I won't make any promises about potential future streams or whatever. I'm just gonna say, if I stream, I stream, and the best place you can figure out if I'm streaming is the Discord! Exclamation mark... Fuck, I messed up the command. Exclamation mark Discord! Go to my Discord and join it, and then you can also follow along with draft, because I'm not sure if I'll make any more content regarding the draft. I might, but like I'm not sure. Though I feel like the last one wasn't like popular enough for me to put a lot of work into it, which it would be a lot of work to make content about it. But we'll see. And I always like yap there and share stuff and talk about stuff. So, yeah. That's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a wonderful time. And I will see you in the next stream, whenever that is. And have a good one. And bye-bye.